Let's start it off here. There you go. I'm pissed off because I had to work on Sunday, and I didn't get to watch this. We finally had some great NFL. I say finally, but we only had 1 week of NFL football. It wasn't that great. Quarterback play wasn't that great.
Yep.
Now, quarterback play didn't exactly get any better, but like the football games, the competition was better. I had to work. I'm bummed out. I had to go back and watch game recaps for every single game, which just isn't as fun. But it was.
Nah.
The football season is looking up now because there's a whole lot of insanity and nobody has any idea what the is going on, including Las Vegas and the sports books. These lines are I don't even know what to make of them.
Lines are tough.
Our picks are completely ass right now. The one who was I think I had the best picks last week. I did, and I was 8-9. That was the best.
That was the best. Hard.
Yeah, everybody else was like 5-12, and like it was bad. We'll get into it. A lot of fun football today.
No, I was 7-8.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Bad guy. Oh, wait, no. That was first week. So you got to like.
Oh, no. That is
Yeah. So you were 5-12.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it wasn't good. How'd you guys feel about this week's football? You guys were watching it more than me. So how are the vibes right now?
They're feeling like upsetty. Like every game could be upset.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it felt. I was doing that whole 4-box player on YouTube TV, watching games.
Multi-view.
Yeah, multi-view, and I was just kind of. It was really interesting because you're watching and you're like, oh man, they're about to lose. It's like, oh, they did lose, and you're just kind of every corner you're seeing. It's crazy right now.
Pretty much, you watch every game but the Steelers game.
Yeah.
Because every other game's eventful.
Pretty much.
Yeah, basically. If you want to watch something exciting, you don't want to watch the Patriots, you don't want to watch the Chargers, and you don't want to watch the Steelers.
Yeah.
Everything else is kind of, it's less ground and pound. But, I mean, either way, all teams are kind of putting out good games, good competition.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we love the NFL compared to, like...
NFL is in full swing by week 2.
Yeah, I mean, like, compared to...
The parody.
The parody, like college football games. Like I love what college football has been doing with combining these conferences, get the big teams against the big teams, so that we have less blowouts. I mean, still college football is still kind of lopsided here and there. I love how the NFL is just even Steven. You never know who's gonna win because they're all professionals. They were all great in college. They all earned their way to the pros to make these millions of dollars. So
yeah, best of the best in the NFL.
Yeah.
That's what makes it great.
Mm-hmm. So, what are we doing intro music this week?
Oh.
This week was it was wild. It was,
Wow thing.
Wow.
Wow thing. You make my heart sing. You make everything groovy.
Yeah.
What? I've never heard that song in my life.
You've never heard that?
Come on.
I had no clue what's going on.
That was beautiful. All right. A perfect way to get into it.
Yeah. Wow thing. That song. Hold on. I got to find out who that's by.
Okay.
Not Thin Lizzy.
No.
That was last week.
No Thin Lizzy this week. Wow. The Trogs.
Oh,
who?
Yeah, the
Hey,
Trogs.
look at it. Hang on. The Trogs. Come on, Ad. Get out of the way.
TROGGS.
That's it.
We were close.
Oh. I've
Not quite as good as us. But
I've maybe only heard that like 2 times in my life.
I think I feel like the one time that I've actually heard it was like on a Geico commercial with a guy riding his motorcycle.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyways. Welcome back to Last Stop Sports Talk Podcast. Today is Tuesday, September 17th of 2024. And here on episode 38, I'm joined by Kean Kropp and Cletus Smith. I'm Cody Kropp. And this week, we're going to start it off just like last week. We're going to start with our NFL Week 2 review, followed by our newest segment, deserving of that Chris Collinsworth glaze. And that's where we're going to be glazing people that deserve it, just like Chris Collinsworth would.
Yeah.
And then we're going to follow that up with...
They don't always deserve it.
I guess. Yeah,
we'll get into that
Take
game.
that as you will.
Yeah.
Then we're going to get into a draft, like we always do. This week we'll be drafting things that we don't quite understand, which is very open-ended. So that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
And then we'll wrap it up, like always, with our NFL Week 3 preview. So let's get into this review. We're each going to touch on each of these games and, yeah, just kind of give a quick recap and talk about what happened and which teams are looking like what. So let's get right into it. First game was the college game from last week.
Yeah, this one turned out to be lopsided, just like Cletus had predicted. There were a lot better games that we didn't make picks for, but we decided to make picks for this game because there was 2 ranked teams. But number 20, Arizona, they were number 20. They scored 7 points, and number 14, Kansas State, scored 31. So it was kind of a whooping, and I watched this whole game, and it looked like that from the start.
Yeah.
It was Friday Night Lights. It was never close. I really had more hope for Noah Fafita, the redshirt sophomore quarterback, and what he was going to do with his boy Teteroa McMillan. I learned how to say his name, Teteroa.
Yep, Teteroa.
I was putting too much emphasis on the second T. It's just
Too
Teteroa,
much emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Yeah, there you go. I like calling him Tet more though. So Tet was solid.
Oh my, he's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's crazy. Just vertical catch radius. I think he could have problems with like most bigger receivers because he is like 6'5". In the NFL, there might be some issue with him getting open consistently. I haven't like watched the film fully on him to like see how he cuts and everything, but in this game he was solid. Basically, you run a dig route and Noah Fafita's gonna chuck the ball at you. Noah Fafita though, the one problem that I had and like. I feel like that's why this game kind of went to poop was because Noah Fafita, he basically looks at Tet, and if he's not open, it's like he's going down for a sack or like throwing it away or something. So my takeaway from Arizona, only scoring 7 points. They have 3 guys right now who are projected to be first round 2025 draft prospects. Ted McMillan projected to go 4th overall. Their right tackle, Jonah Savainaya,
Sounds like
Hawaiian.
My guy.
Was projected to be 25th overall, and then their corner named Takario Davis is projected to go 28 overall. Takario Davis is like a tall, long corner. He did not look good in this game. He was getting sauced up by what was the name of it? Keegan? Was it Keegan Johnson? Because I think it was Avery Johnson thrown to Keegan Johnson. You might check that for me. But he was just taking him to school all game long. Takario Davis did not look good, but. So my takeaway is that these draft prospects did not look good on Arizona. I put too much hope into if these guys are going to make it to the NFL, then they must be good. And they did not look good against this Kansas State team who is really good all around. So that brings me into Kansas State takeaway. Their quarterback, true sophomore Avery Johnson with the luscious locks. He's gonna be something heading into the 2026 NFL draft. He can't get drafted this year. It's got to be next year. But the throws he makes off platform, I know it's against college. That's all we have to go off of. They're playing college football. They're going against college defenses. But he's able to run the ball, lowers his shoulder, which isn't always the best. But he's aggressive. He's able to make these throws across his body. He was impressive.
He's really talented.
Just the Kansas State team as a whole seemed very disciplined and just balanced and good all around. Even their running back DJ Giddens he's very
DJ
good,
really
running
good
all over the place.
He's running all over the yard.
But I could see. I don't know where let me look up where Kansas State moved up to, because they looked really solid in that game, and to beat a ranked opponent like that. Here it is, AP Top 25. Kansas State only went to 13. They moved up one spot to 13. It's kind of disrespectful to me.
Yeah, it is.
But I think that if they can get into the playoff, I think they deserve a shot.
Some noise.
Yeah, they can make some noise. Avery Johnson was impressive. Was it Keegan Johnson? Was that
I'm still
correct? Still trying to check that.
Don't you worry about it. We'll get there in a minute.
I'm pretty sure it was Keegan Johnson.
Dylan Edwards even looked pretty good too when he got in there. He had some good plays.
Yeah, transfer from Colorado.
Yep. Yeah, transfer from Colorado. He had some plays. Yeah, he looked real solid. Kansas State, just their defense was just consuming. They were just sure, McMillan was unstoppable.
Yeah,
because he always is. But just like you said, if he happens to slip or just be in the wrong spot or something like that, or if Fafita is getting too much pressure, because he was getting pressure all night.
Yeah, he was.
then they basically shut down. Yeah, Keegan Johnson.
It was Keegan Johnson, yeah.
Yeah.
And also one more shout out to Jacob Parrish, one of the corners for Kansas State, had a crazy interception.
Unbelievable.
It wasn't even on his guy. They were supposed to be man to man, and Noah Fafita just threw the ball down the field. He was going for like a 40, 50-yard touchdown, something like that. Threw it, and Jacob Parrish recognized it in the air. He ran probably about a good 20 yards while the ball was in the air.
He got a perfect jump.
It was a beautiful jump and just intercepted that ball and then brought it out about 30 yards or so. But it was really impressive. Impressive game all around for Kansas State. Shout out to them.
Yep. So, getting into the NFL games this week, Thursday Night Football was Bills, Dolphins. And Dolphins were favored going in, but some people picked the Bills either way.
Yeah, only him.
Yep. Hammer the Bills. Anyway, it was a very, very, very surprising game to everybody. Because, of course, everyone remembers Tua got hurt, which is very unfortunate, very sad. Get well soon. And
maybe retire.
Yeah, well,
He's not going to retire.
No.
We'll leave that up to... I'm not even going to talk about that. We'll leave that up to doctors. But anyways, so the Bills come in with what's expecting to be a kind of rough offense, ish, because like their receivers haven't proven a whole lot yet, and they're like, okay, it's going to be a Josh Allen game. Then basically all of a sudden, James Cook, he's deciding to be something. He got a touchdown, and then he just keeps heating up the whole way. Ends up with 3 touchdowns when he's had like 2 or 4, something like that.
4 rushing touchdowns in his entire NFL career.
Yeah, and he had 2, I think, because I think one was receiving. In this game. So
he actually had 3 total touchdowns.
Yeah,
2
total,
rushing.
2 rushing, 1 receiving. Yep. So the Bills, obviously, their run game dominated. Their front line was like all over Miami, like crazy. James Cook dominated, just like we just talked about, and their defense held up fairly well. I mean, Tyreek didn't do nothing, but there was one guy that plays for the Miami Dolphins. Davon Achan, he's the only one that did anything, and he looked incredible.
Did you know he's leading the league in yards after catch?
That makes sense.
That's crazy,
yeah.
but it makes a lot of sense. So, yeah, for the Dolphins, my positive, I'm doing like positive negative for these games. My positive was Achan, period.
That's it.
That was the end of
that's
it.
it.
Hit on the negatives real quick. One negative I took away from the Bills that seemed kind of obvious to me the more I watched the game, was that their defense in the second level struggled. Like, their front line did real good, but then you get to that mid-range, and it's like if the Dolphins could get it to someone there, it's like they can't get to him or aren't guarding that area right or something like that and could get an easy first down pickup or something like that. That was kind of the clear weak point of the defense because then the back end was pretty solid. Negatives for the Dolphins was a lot. Obviously, Tua got hurt. Couldn't get anything going on offense except for Achan. And just too many interceptions and bad throws, missed throws, things like that.
Yeah, it seems like people were forgetting they threw 3 interceptions before he got hurt.
Yeah, it was pretty ugly.
Yeah, I was...
Can't win like that, no matter who you are.
Yeah, I was talking to guys at work about this, just because it was it happened on Thursday. I had to work on Sunday, so I was talking to everybody about it who watches football like me, and they, I don't know, what do you guys feel like? What should Tua, like? I feel like, just for health perspective, Tua should retire. Like,
I don't know.
I think he should retire. I don't think he's going to. These guys who are in the NFL they're addicted to football. Like, we saw DeMar Hamlin almost died, and he's like, yeah, I'm coming back. Like, I know that was a freak accident, but Tua keeps smacking his head on the ground, and then he's like, I'm coming back. Like, Tua already came out and said, he's like, I'm not retiring.
Well, he's already forgot about it. So.
Doesn't even know that it happened.
Exactly.
Well, no. What I think is they put him on IR. I hope he legitimately takes his time to talk to doctors, his family, and all that, and legitimately considers it. I don't care how addicted you are to football. We don't need
he's
to
addicted to money?
He's already got paid.
I don't know how much of that is guaranteed.
Enough.
Find it. Yeah, definitely
you
enough.
You don't need to be smacking your head on the ground and going completely unconscious.
Well,
yeah. I mean, yeah, that's true. But
it ain't worth it.
I mean, so But even people they're gonna like blame the Tua injury for the Dolphins losing this game. But honestly, before
No,
Tua,
No. They were screwed before him.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like Tua Tua might have had his worst game as a pro before this injury happened.
I agree.
Tua was not looking good at all.
No, it was
he
really
wasn't
bad.
looking. He was making bad decisions. He was throwing into coverage. Like I heard people that I was working with were like throwing shots at McDaniel. Like okay. Sure. I guess throw some at him, but like Tua was throwing to guys who weren't even open. Like there were plays that Tua was making that just should not have happened. And yeah, it does suck that he got hurt. Like get well soon, Tua. But I don't know. Tua did not look good. This Miami Dolphins offense has not looked good the first 2 weeks. They don't look like they usually do in September. So. Now it's concerning.
Maybe they're a cold weather team now.
Maybe. They trained all offseason in like Antarctica.
They take
Siberia.
ice
Yeah.
To 167 million of Tua's 212 million.
Not
guaranteed.
enough.
I think he'll be all
just
right.
not enough. Got to make at least $1 billion.
All right, Cletus.
That's tough.
Oh, it's me. I'm next.
It's you.
Okay. So the Raiders. Hey, can we get an A?
Hey!
Yeah, the Raiders beat the Ravens 26-23. I was the only one who took this game, much like Cody taking the Bills last game. I took the Raiders on this game, and I was right. Gardner Minshew.
You were just to cover the spread.
Yeah, that's true. I shouldn't be sucking my own dick so hard, but but Gardner Minshew. Here's my takeaway for the Raiders. In the past 2 weeks, Gardner Minshew has outplayed Justin Herbert and Lamar Jackson, I would say. Like,
Yeah, I think
like
so.
I know that you can say like, oh, it's a team game. Like I know that's what I always say, but Gardner Minshew looked better than both of those quarterbacks in the past 2 weeks. Gardner Minshew, he's been surprising me because I didn't think the Raiders were going to do this. I honestly thought that Antonio Pierce was going to be given this 1 year basically, and then he was going to be fired. That's how bad I thought the
Really?
Ravens were going to be. Yeah, I honestly
okay.
we joke about Gardner Minshew. Like he's got the
Speak for
the
yourself,
mullet.
brother.
He's got
I love Gardner
the
Minshew.
jorts. Like
The lip saddle.
the lip saddle. I honestly didn't really think Gardner Minshew was going to amount to much this year because
I did. I
Props to
ain't
you.
lying either.
props
I
to
think he's a
you.
good
I mean,
quarterback.
Gardner Minshew has looked this season with the
good.
bad quarterback play that we've seen. I'd say that Gardner Minshew looked like a top 12 quarterback this year.
I
Yeah.
agree.
And it's gone through 2 weeks. Like he played against the Chargers defense, which is proving to be better than we thought it was going to be, and then he played against the Ravens defense, which we know is good. And he's out there slinging the ball around. He had 256 yards. I want to say. I guess I could pull it up right here. I'm stupid. He had the Raiders.
He had, against the Ravens,
276. Yeah. 30 for 38, 276. 1 touchdown, 1 interception.
It's a solid outing.
Yeah, so that's my takeaway is that Gardner Minshew was better than I thought. So Cody, props to you, Cody, because
Yeah, I ain't joking. I think he's a good quarterback. Maybe not franchise, but I mean, he's just proven that.
Yeah. And I love that Antonio Pierce now this game. I was calling last game. I was like, Antonio Pierce, I think in last episode, I swear I said, maybe I said it in my head, but I swear I said that I think this Raiders passing game can be good. Like, Antonio Pierce, stop running the ball. I specifically remember saying that. Stop running the ball. Happening. I should not have been as impressed by the Raiders offense as I was, but Gardner Minshew looked good. He looked good. He surprised me. If the Raiders stop running the ball, Antonio Pierce, stop running the ball. I know you're a defensive coach. You want to run the ball, let your defense do the work. Your defense isn't that great. Your passing game could actually be, I'd say, top 12 in the league. The weapons are there. I know the quarterback is very questionable, Gardner Minshew, but we love Minshew.
Oh, yeah.
If the Raiders can just use this passing game and try to keep up with these Ravens, I think they can keep it within 9.5. Now, I'm not saying the Raiders are going to win, but I think they can keep it within 9.5.
Yeah, that's right.
And just let Gardner Minshew throw it to these weapons because I have 2 takeaways for the Raiders because I was so impressed. Brock Bowers is already a top 3 tight end.
He had
in
like
the NFL.
98 yards.
I'd say Brock
like
Bowers
that.
is already a top 3 tight end in the NFL.
Yeah.
Brock Bowers,
Which is kind of what we expected.
Right.
Us people
Like-
that watched him coming out.
He's
Yeah.
reminding me of Rob Gronkowski.
yeah, I think Rob Gronkowski came out and said something. He's like, yeah, Brock Bowers. I think he said he's going to be better than me. So like that, it takes a lot to admit
Slightly
that.
different role, but yeah.
Yeah, But
I think stats-wise.
Brock Bowers has been so impressive. In this game, he had 9 catches for 98 yards on 9 targets, and in week 1, he had another 80 receiving yards.
Yeah.
He was impressive. The Raiders' offense as a whole was impressive. Defense might still have some problems, but Max Crosby and Christian Wilkins bounced back. They look good this game as well.
Yep.
Now on to the Ravens. So my main takeaway, it's got to be about Justin Tucker.
Mm-hmm.
So Justin Tucker is not the best kicker in the league anymore. He might not even be top 5.
He's 1 for 7 on his last 7 50-yard plus.
Exactly. That's what I was just going to say. Last season, 1 for 5 from 50 plus. This season, so far, 0 for 2. Justin Tucker for the past 10 seasons has been the guy's just send him out there at 60 yards away and he's going to make it. But now it's
Well, he's got the record.
He's 34.
That's it?
That's it.
I thought
34.
he was older than that. I figured he'd be at least 37, 38.
Yeah. No, he's 34. But yeah, Justin Tucker.
I did not realize he's missed that many.
I know. I didn't realize that either. And then I heard the broadcast saying that. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
That's crazy. He does have the record, the 66. I think it's tied with somebody.
Tied, yeah.
No, he beat beat Matt Prater. Matt Prater had 65 and he got 66.
Okay. Well, either way, he's just hasn't been that guy anymore.
Yeah, because everyone now is kicking 50-plus
Everybody.
yarders.
Brandon Aubrey's looking like a stud. We got kickers all
Jake
around
Bates,
the league. Jake
the
Bates,
UFL.
baby.
UFL.
Making a 63-yarder his first
Chris
week in
Boswell.
the UFL.
Chris
Chris
Boswell's
Boswell's
hammering
putting on a
home.
show. Jake Moody is doing well for the 49ers as well.
Harrison Butker.
Harrison
Yeah,
Butker.
he's still there.
Still there, yep.
Young Wei Koo.
Young Wei, always that guy. But the Ravens, I don't know what to make of Justin Tucker anymore because now obviously that's not it's not too detrimental because he is still probably the greatest kicker of all time statistically.
Sure.
But right now he's just not that guy anymore.
Yeah, he'll bounce back.
Yeah. On to the next game. I don't know what to make of this game. The Saints absolutely clobbered them boys, 44-19. That's exactly what they were doing. The Saints. Here's what I said. I'm not sure I honestly believe in the offense yet. I know that they've put up 90 points across 2 games. The first one was against the Panthers. We can't count that.
No.
You can't count that.
Panthers aren't a real team.
Yeah.
But
The
second one was against Cowboys.
The second one was against the Cowboys. I know, but watching that game, there were just so many. It looked like the Cowboys were asleep or something, and they were home too. There were so many just open lanes, wide open. There weren't any really super impressive plays besides Rashid Shaheed is that guy. He's always
Alvin Kamara.
Alvin Kamara is that guy. So
Yeah.
Derek Carr didn't have to do a whole lot. That was tough, but
I don't know that Rashid Shaheed throw.
That was a good throw.
Pretty.
that was pretty good. Yeah. So maybe Derek Carr has bounced back, and he's been listening to all the haters all offseason. It's been fuel.
I saw something on TikTok today. He only plays well on election years.
Oh, really?
2016, 2020, and this year are his best years.
Oh, thank goodness I've got him in fantasy, baby. He's so due.
He's also a Republican.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
But he went 11 for 16. He only passed 16 times because Alvin Kamara,
Kamara.
went 20
Yeah,
for
you
115
don't
on the ground.
Dude, they were murdering them on the ground, the entire game. If you can do that, then you don't have to pass.
That's what I'm saying.
There's no point.
I don't know what Alvin Kamara looks like. He's back. He's back to prime form. This Saints offense is. I know they look good, but I'm still super confused because the Cowboys defense looked like they were asleep. So let me talk about
The Cowboys are going to cowboy, and that might have been the Cowboys cowboying.
Yeah. So that was my takeaway for the Cowboys. I said, what happened to the defense? Everything looked wide open. I don't know what happened.
I don't get
Does
it.
Micah Parsons cannot stop the run. That's one thing that I noticed. He can't get off the block quick enough. I saw a few plays where he just cannot shed a block while on a run play.
Which doesn't make sense because he's so agile and explosive. You would think.
I mean, he does his job as an edge to keep him from going outside, but he can't
get back in.
He can't get away from the block quick enough to make a play on it.
I mean, we're always praising Micah Parsons. He is one of the best edge rushers in the league. But
he's a good pass rusher. He's not a good run rusher.
At the end of the day, he's 245 pounds.
Yeah.
That's small. He's basically an outside. He's basically an inside linebacker that he's just so good at rushing the passer they made him an edge because he's good at everything. But we can't really expect him to be great at the run, even though like we all prop him up because of his pass rushing abilities. But that's
T.J. Watt's only 250 pounds, and he's a pretty damn good run stopper.
Yeah, that's a solid argument. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
I think that's his weak point in his game.
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah, they all got him, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, and then one more thing
TJ.
about the Saints because I don't know what to do with the offense.
Well,
The Saints secondary is legit. They were without Marshawn Lattimore. Kool-Aid McKinstry came in. He had a great game.
Penn State.
they held CD to only 4 receptions.
Yeah, that
CD
was wild.
Except for the one.
Yeah, he had that one long touchdown of 65 yards, but he was only targeted 7 times. So if you take out that 65-yarder, his other 3 catches, he was 3 for 25.
35.
25.
25.
Because he was 4 for 9.
Yeah.
You take out the 65-yarder, 3 for 25. So this secondary is legit. They got Paulson, Adebo, Tyrann Mathieu. Even at his age,
he's got it.
Still playing really well.
Honey Badger.
Like I don't think
5'6" or whatever.
Yeah, he's super short. Will Harris is their other starting safety. He's been looking good as well. But yeah, these corners are great even without Marshawn Lattimore. But props to the Saints because they've been putting up points week after week.
What, they have like 90 something or like almost 100
Yeah.
in their
first
games?
15 drives, they scored points. And
Yeah.
I think that's an NFL record.
Man.
To start a season.
And that's
Good for the
led by
Saints.
Derek Carr.
I think the closest this decade
Dennis Allen.
or like this century was like the first 7. So they they're against the Panthers.
I thought
So
for sure.
their first game was just a gimme.
Right. I thought for sure Dennis Allen was on the hot seat because
Not anymore.
Saints didn't look good. Yeah,
Not right now.
He's
What's
put
their
ice on his seat.
What's their new offensive coordinator's name?
Kubiak.
Yeah,
Clint
Clint
Kubiak.
Clint Kubiak from Shanahan.
Yeah, he was with Shanahan for 1 year, so like everybody keeps saying he's from Shanahan, but it's like,
Yeah, but
this
he's
guy kinda
handsome.
He's from the Kubiak.
He's
tree.
handsome.
He is handsome. Yeah,
All he has to do is be handsome and just be with Shanahan for a year.
those Shanahan guys are handsome. Yeah, it works for him.
Yeah, if you're ugly and with Shanahan, don't expect a job.
No.
Just stay as a busboy or whatever you do. All right, moving on to the Chargers-Panthers game, where the Chargers did what they were expected to do. I mean, Panthers, worst team in the NFL, next to the Giants.
Hey.
Hey. I'm not going to take that back.
Nah.
Not a chance.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone saw Bryce Young got benched after this game, like 24 hours after, even though the offensive
Yikes.
coordinator was like,
Bryce is our guy.
Bryce is our guy. We're staying with him. I think the owner actually was probably the
for
one,
sure.
definitely the one
This
that
feels
went
like
to
a David Tepper.
Yeah.
I saw a report that came out that said it wasn't Tepper, but like who knows?
We can't believe
Yeah,
anything
Canales
about
just
that anymore.
immediately puts his foot in his mouth after he said like didn't say
Bryce
that.
is our guy. I didn't say that.
But yeah, I honestly I think this game was probably more boring than the Steelers game because there was at least some big plays in the Steelers game. This was just Chargers running all over the Panthers. Panthers doing jack shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's all it was.
Yep.
Panthers terrible on both sides of the ball. I think Bryce Young only had 46 passing yards.
No, 84. I got it right here.
Oh, he had that many.
Well, it was so 18 for 26. Okay, for 84 yards.
Ooh, yikes.
18 for 26 passes
He
to
had,
get 84 yards.
1 or 2 picks.
One.
Only one.
He's only sacked twice though.
Yeah, it's just so bad. Just so bad. Then their defense is god awful.
Yeah.
Is Bryce just suck, or is he just getting killed by the system?
We'll see.
That's where quarterbacks go to die. That's why Sam Darnold's doing so well. That's why Baker Mayfield's doing so well now. It's just where quarterbacks die.
We'll see with the Red Rocket. Well, the Red Rifle's what everybody else calls him, but Red Rocket's another
Rocket,
name for dog dicks. So we like to call Andy Dalton. You never heard that?
Oh, I have.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, yeah.
Right, Andy Dalton. I don't know. Andy Dalton in his young career, he did not look good. He looked like a shy ginger nerd.
but
now he's got the
Dude,
beard.
he got a haircut and a beard. He is a legitimate whole new man.
Yeah. Panthers might win the Super Bowl.
They might.
They might go 15-2.
They might. He looks like an absolute dog.
Cletus, look up a picture of him right now. Andy Dalton, he looks like, if you guys have ever seen that like stop motion
Make sure to
picture,
find one with a beard
He
because
looks so pissed.
yeah,
he looks like Jack Frost is like playing with fire.
he looks so cool right now.
He does
He
look
looks
so
so
cool.
cool.
He's even got like the white strips in the beard too
Yeah.
from like getting
He
age.
looks like this guy.
Dude, he looks so cool.
You know this guy?
Oh, yeah.
Andrew
what's his-
Santino.
Andy Santino.
He looks just like him.
He does look just like him. I
They're
was
both
thinking.
ginger.
I was thinking
So
he looks
cool.
like if you guys have ever seen that stop motion picture, like Santa Claus is coming to town, where it's
Yeah.
like he looks like Kris Kringle in there.
Oh, yeah.
I think he looks like Cornelius.
Cornelius.
Oh, a little bit. Yeah, yeah,
Ice
yeah.
guy
You're
that-
right. He was a ginger.
Like licks his pick.
Yeah.
Oh
He
yeah.
was a ginger. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah. That was in Rudolph. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
All right, that's about it for that game, huh?
Yeah, it was pretty shit.
Yeah. Next game, pretty good one. Buccaneers beat the Lions 20-16. So what I took from the Buccaneers, well, first of all, I don't think any of us expected this to happen, but there's some things we can get out of it. So on the Buccaneers side, Baker keeps on proving that he's still a guy. So he's just back. He's a dog. He's a gamer. I think a gamer is probably the best way to describe him. He's just, and also his scrambles in this game were like prime Baker, like college scrambles to keep the play alive and actually just run. Like he looked quick and
He was
fast
running on
and-
3 legs.
Yeah, he was galloping. Yeah, he looked so good, and I think that's what eventually won them the game. Godwin's also good, great.
7 for 117 and a touchdown.
Yeah, he's still that guy. And it was also impressive. Well, let's go to negative first. I guess one negative you can take away from the Bucs in this game, according to me, was their running game wasn't strong.
Rashad White sucks.
Yeah, Rashad White sucks. And I think
10 for 18, Rashad. What are you doing?
Bucky Irvin.
Bucky!
I don't know if that would have helped with this game with
Yeah.
the Lions' defensive line in this game. They were just dominating all game.
Don't run towards Hutchinson.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
and DJ Reader,
DJ Reader was having a hell of a
he
game.
came from the Bengals.
Bengals.
And he
Yeah.
was known for years as being one of the best run stuffers. And
Proving it.
yep.
Yeah. On the Lions side, Aiden Hutchinson
Yep.
is the absolute dog. That's it. So, yeah, he just, obviously everyone saw it probably. He absolutely dominated. Like, I don't know what the Bucs were thinking. I think that guy on the right side for the Bucs was like a rookie or like first year or second year or something like that. And we're trying to keep him one-on-one. And it made zero sense to me. And he just kept getting to him. It made no sense. Hutchinson is an absolute dog.
I didn't realize
he's
he's
awesome to watch play.
Yeah, through 2 weeks, 17 pressures,
Yeah.
which is absolutely crazy. Leads the league by far, and 5.5 sacks.
Yeah. And 4.5 were in this past game.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah,
I didn't
he's
realize
pretty good.
6'7".
He's huge. He is a hoss of a man. As far as the rest of the lines, to me, both lines look good. O-line, D-line, I think that's what kind of kept them in this game, even though they were having problems elsewhere. Amon-Ra is looking like he's getting back to Amon-Ra type, which is great to see. Jameson Williams is still doing good, which a lot of people are maybe thinking he might not. But right now, he's still looking good. And Jahmyr Gibbs is still electric. He's still the runner in that backfield, at least for what they were doing in that game. Big negatives, Goff had some costly picks, and the defense was getting beat by Baker's scrambles. And once they got closer to the end zone, it's like the closer they got, they just couldn't capitalize. They couldn't get touchdowns and get out of there. They would either throw a pick or turn it over on downs or settle for a field goal.
Usually red zone is Montgomery's area, but
Yeah.
he didn't really do much.
No, he really didn't this game. But, yeah, I guess if you guys don't have any more comments, that's pretty much that game.
I guess I gotta. Well, we're 2 weeks in,
Yeah.
but I gotta give props to Mink. He said Baker was a top 10 quarterback in the league. I don't think that sticks long term, but
Right
so
now,
far,
he's probably top 5.
he might be top 3,
Yeah.
top 2, and not number 2.
Yeah, top 2, not.
Well, it probably between him and CJ Stroud right now. Stroud's looking still good.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
On the Bucs side, too, for that running game, though, that sucks so bad, of course we know Rashad White's not great, but
Kyler Murray's also up there.
you're right.
Let's not pass over him.
Oh yeah, okay. So top 3, top 5, yeah. Okay.
I think their running game is kind of being proven by playing the Lions, too. I think it's partly due to their line, their O-line. I don't think they can get run gaps put in there, at least from what we're seeing right now. That's kind of what it looks like.
Let's look at some run blocking grades for the heck of it from
Let's do
PFF.
it.
So their best run blocker was Cody Mock. Oh, he's an awesome looking guy. Red hair. He's got the gap in his teeth.
Yeah.
But anyways, he's right guard. He was the best grade on the team at 68.1 for that game. That's a D.
Not good. Not good. Not good.
Words, teeth.
Yeah, I know.
There they go. Oh my God. He looks just like William Wallace's friend in Braveheart.
I was thinking he looked like what was his name? Seamus off of Brave, that Disney movie.
Seamus, the WWE superstar.
Maybe him too. I don't know.
He looks just like Hamish in Braveheart.
Hamish.
Oh, you're right.
Yes, there he is, Cody Mock.
Looks just like him.
They got some good comps this week.
Yeah, anyways, their line sucks.
Yeah.
So I wish the Lions would have won, but
Yeah.
they got beat.
All right.
By Baker Mayfield.
Well, I guess I'm commenting on this game because Kean might shed a tear if he does. Anthony Richardson, his Colts lost to the Packers. Yeah.
Jordan Loveless Packers.
Jordan Loveless Packers. Love is not the reason they win games.
You don't need love.
You don't need Jordan Love. He's not a top 10 quarterback.
Love is not all you need.
No, all you need is Malik Willis, and I mean you'll win games. But Colts side of the ball, Anthony Richardson, 3 interceptions.
Ooh.
I mean you're playing like Tua. Where are you gonna without the concussion? I mean it was the exact same game pretty much. You're just making stupid throws, causing your team to. He was pretty much the reason they lost that game, because if they could have scored even one touchdown on those 2 interception drives, they would have won the game. So their defense did, I'd say, a decent job.
They couldn't stop the run.
No, they couldn't stop the run, but they did only hold them 16 points. But it wasn't a starting quarterback. But quarterback doesn't matter in that system.
Boom.
Boom. Packers side of the ball. Malik Willis, his debut as a Packer. Not too bad. I mean, I think all their points, I think they had 13 points in the first half. I believe so.
10 in the first half.
Yeah. So they slowed down a bit, but, I mean, yeah, for your debut, he did pretty decent.
12 of 14 for 122 and a touchdown through the air, and then 6 for 41 on the ground.
I didn't know he was rushing like that.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, I did see him rush a few times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did pretty well there. Their defense was looking like a well-paid defense.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the Colts and Anthony Richardson sucks, but they looked like a formidable defense. So maybe there is hope on that side of the ball.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Probably not.
I love watching Anthony Richardson, and I will always back him. But really, every time he throws the ball, you're flipping a coin. You have no idea.
This was only like his 18th start ever.
Yeah, seriously, cut him some slack. This guy's still.
Give him till year 8.
Yeah, he's still learning the shape of the football. He still doesn't really understand what all the lines mean on the field.
He only threw a college ball 13 times. I mean, he's only or something like that. He's only thrown an NFL ball like 5.
Has he played more basketball games than he has football games?
Probably.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
That's so bad.
I bet he has.
Jonathan Taylor, though, had a good game. 12 carries for 103 yards.
Yeah.
They didn't run it enough with him, but
no, I think they sat him for like the last
fourth quarter.
Yeah.
They basically said they weren't scheming up run plays or something like that.
I mean,
Allegedly.
if you're within one score, I
don't know. I guess we got to call Shane Steichen.
Yeah.
No, next game. 49ers, Vikings. Another crazy, most would call it an upset. Probably everyone would call it an upset. Mm-hmm. The Vikings beat the Niners 23-17. So takeaways from the Niners side of the ball. Well, some positives are Fred Warner, Joey Bosa, George Kittle, Jordan Mason.
Fred Warner.
End of story.
Still
Mainly
good.
Fred Warner.
So
Still
good.
very good. Is the reason that the Vikings didn't put up 40 points on him. Pretty much, in my opinion. Kittle had a really good game. He was the favorite target this game for sure, and he looked really good. It just wasn't enough. Some negatives from the Niners side. Offense couldn't get anything going. Had a lot of turnovers. Brock Purdy didn't look good. Didn't have great downfield defense. bad running. Just defense wasn't really great in general, except for Fred Warner and the occasional Joey Bosa play.
Nick.
Oh, yeah,
Nick,
you're right.
yeah.
Nick Bosa. That's my
His
fault.
nose is a little
Yeah, the
smaller.
better looking Bosa. Yeah.
Better looking Bosa. And they just, if you weren't Fred Warner or Nick Bosa, you kind of looked lost on defense sometimes. Like down the field, they were just getting beat real bad by Jay Jettis. On the Vikings side, positives, Jefferson, he's unreal.
98 yards.
Yeah,
Or 97.
97 yards. Yeah.
Got a little banged up. I think it was a thigh bruise. They said he
Yeah.
should be good to go.
Yeah. Run game was solid too, which was kind of unexpected against the Niners front. But run game was good. Both running backs. Aaron Jones still looks really, really good. Ty Chandler had a good amount of push too. Good
10
amount
for
of run.
82 for Ty
Yeah.
Chandler.
He had a real solid game. Darnold was out there throwing dots. Like Darnold looked good. I don't know why, but
Panthers are the issue.
yeah.
Panthers,
all it's
Jets.
proving. Darnold looked good. And defense did a good job at pressuring Purdy and got some of those key turnovers. A few negatives from the Vikings side was they just, in general, kind of already related to what I said already, but they kind of struggled with the Niners' big guns of Bosa, Warner, Kittle, and Mason. But they held them to little enough that they obviously won the game. Had enough big plays, so they didn't struggle too terribly. Vikings look good, though. It was a surprising win, good game, and yeah, it was just really surprising because we were all expecting Jordan Mason specifically to come out and run all over, and
Still at 100 yards.
yeah,
I think that the Vikings might just be the team of like top 14 quarterbacks. You're never going to break like top 8, but you'll always be in the top 14 for quarterbacks, no matter who's there. Maybe
I'm gonna pump the brakes.
What, you don't like Sam Darnold?
No, let's wait. I want to see how he plays week 4. Because if you remember back on the Panthers, Sam Darnold was really good weeks 1 through 3,
Yeah.
and then it just shit hit the fan and it was done. But I mean, O'Connell's a better coach.
yeah. I was gonna say
than-
the difference is KOC,
yeah, but
and he's a really good coach.
yeah, that Brian Flores. We need to give credit to
Oh,
Brian,
yeah, Brian
Flores.
Flores.
Yeah.
Such good schemes.
Oh my gosh, he's like known for. He came from Belichick's system. He's known for blitzing. Like, you don't know if Brian Flores is going to send 3 rushers or if he's going to send 8 because it looks the same every single play. Like, you don't know where they're coming from. And now that over this offseason, Minnesota added some pieces along the defensive line, like Van Ginkel. They drafted
Van
Dallas
Ginkel had a
Tanner.
hell of a game.
Yeah, brought in Blake Cashman's been good too.
Yeah, he's been
linebacker. Ivan Pace is still playing well. Josh Metellus is that Swiss Army knife. Now that he's actually got some talent on this defense, that the Vikings are going to be better than I expected. I thought the Vikings were going to finish last in this division, but
They might win
it. Honestly,
They might
2-0.
win. Yeah.
They're
They
the best
beat the
right
Niners.
now. They're the best right now.
Honestly, I mean, props to Sam Darnold, who went 17 for 26 for 268, 2, and 1 interception, but it's working right now. And I think that the Vikings are showing how much a good coaching staff means.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I think Kevin O'Connell's a huge part of this.
huge.
Huge.
But props to the Vikings. Impressive.
All right. Well, moving on to Jets Titans. God, just wasn't a pretty game on either side of the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers finally did something. Got 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
It's just going to take some time. He's taking
Yeah.
so much time off of football.
Yeah. He's definitely not Aaron Rodgers.
Just
right
let him
now.
simmer right now.
Yeah, he's more like A.A. Ron Rodgers. Right
A little bit.
But yeah, offense was iffy on the Jets side, but they had bright spots. Obviously, getting 24 points, way more than the Steelers are ever going to get. So yeah, it's nothing to. I mean, Bryce Hall, decent game, not up to his par though. I think he could have
Because they
done a
were
lot
using
better.
Braylon Allen.
Yeah,
He came in for a couple of those key
yeah,
plays.
I didn't understand that.
No.
Looked
Well,
good,
it's 'cause
though.
Braylon Allen's a
Braylon Allen
dog.
looked good.
Yeah.
Titans side of the ball, Will Levis. God, you suck.
Thank you, Will
You're
Levis.
so dumb. So dumb.
Thank you for providing
I love-
good entertainment.
I love the 2 pictures. Week 1,
Yeah.
he's like, Week
So
2,
good. So good. Thank you, Bill Levis.
Oh, did you see that Brian Callahan, his head coach, completely threw him under the bus?
Yeah.
He said,
he's like, he's an adult.
yeah, he said
Yeah.
he's an adult. He should know better.
I mean, I can't stop watching that video of him coming down the sideline,
Just
talking to Will
cussing
Levis.
him out.
Yeah, he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, that was like one of the most clear like lip readings
Oh,
that you
yeah.
could see.
Yeah, he's an adult. He's no better or something like that.
I mean, like, he has good plays.
He hates his
but
guts.
then he does such dumb shit.
Yeah.
Brian Callahan hates his guts right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can't blame him.
Because what, he had a pick and a fumble in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And I loved watching that fumble. The one lineman, like, sat on the ball. It, like, popped out of his ass. It was so fun. I was like, what the hell am I watching right now? It looked like a rain game, but it was perfectly dry.
It was really funny.
oh man, Will Levis. He's my fantasy quarterback. Luckily, I never thought I'd be saying this, but I have Will Levis. That sucks. But luckily, I have Derek Carr. Never
Yeah.
thought that wasn't on my bingo card. Will Levis has single-handedly
You have election
lost.
year Derek Carr.
Election
do.
year Derek Carr. I didn't even know this whenever I drafted him. But
Yep.
Will
That's
Levis has
huge.
single-handedly lost the Titans these first 2 games. Like overall,
Yeah,
Titans
that's
are
pretty
looking
clear.
solid.
Yeah, their defense is looking solid. I mean,
Like
they gave
middle
up
of the
24
pack.
points, but this offense for the Jets is supposed to be really good.
It's
So-
Aaron
I
Rodgers.
think they're getting there. I mean,
Yeah.
they did score 24, which will win you most games if your defense is anything.
But I mean, Titans. Will Levis just needs to do the old Jimmy Garoppolo treatment and just like stay out of the way. Just don't turn the ball over. Just let everybody else do the work.
Well, it's
That
exactly
ain't-
what Justin
yeah.
Fields is doing right now.
yeah, exactly. Just Justin Fields. I like
Yeah,
how
we'll touch on
I know that Will Levis fumbled, but I like how he's running the ball now because he's a big guy.
Oh,
Eats
yeah,
a lot
he's
of
jacked.
mayonnaise. He's
Yeah,
jacked.
He's jacked.
It's mayonnaise. I need to start hooking up myself with some mayonnaise.
Inject it.
Inject some mayonnaise.
He gets a bag drip of mayonnaise before every game.
Yeah, God.
But yeah, Cletus, you explained it well. Just
Yeah.
sloppy, boring, grimy game.
Yeah, I mean, the score is pretty high for how junk it was.
Doesn't feel like that.
No.
Yeah, feels like 10-7.
Pretty much.
No, not that low. It's better than a Steelers game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you like explosive rookies, that was cool to see Braylon Allen getting in there. I
Yeah.
guess.
He was the youngest rookie to
was
score a
20.
touchdown
Yeah.
since like 1950.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, like 20 years old. Yeah, but still built like a Mack
Oh
truck.
my, yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to another game that was more exciting than I originally thought.
Yeah.
Seahawks beat the Patriots 23-20 in a game that was close the whole
In
way.
overtime.
Which is funny
Overtime.
because this is kind of what we all expected last week when we were picking games.
Yeah.
I think the line was 3.5.
Yeah, I think we all got this game wrong.
Probably.
Because
We all picked the Seahawks. I remember
yeah,
that.
the line was 3.5. Seahawks minus 3.5, and
They screwed us.
Just
screwed us.
barely. But this is kind of what we expected. It could have went either way.
Yeah, that's what we were all saying last
Yep.
week. We're like, yeah, I could see a situation where the Patriots would win this game and or cover, and they covered.
Covered.
They covered. So let's actually start with the Patriots because they're super impressed. They're impressing me. I mean,
Yeah.
So let me say, here's my takeaway. There are 3 teams in the NFL right now, which being the Patriots, Chargers, and Steelers, that if each team faced each other, which we're going to see that this week, Chargers versus Steelers, I have no idea which team would win that game. They all like play the same kind of brand of football. I know that they all have their different playmakers. Like nobody has a TJ Watt. J.K. Dobbins is the best running back on like all 3 of those teams so far. But like they all have their strong points and weaknesses, but they're all like playing. Each team runs the ball on offense like crazy. They make things simple for their quarterbacks so they don't have to do too much.
Yeah.
And they have stout and disciplined defense. All 3 of these teams are gonna be in close games all season. But the Patriots, I don't think anybody saw this coming. They're like, yeah, Patriots might have like number 1 pick next year, but now
They definitely won't.
no,
Not a
they
chance.
won't because now they're 1-1. They could have been 2-0.
They
but
might not even have a top like 8 pick.
No,
they're
maybe
playing
not.
too well.
Yeah, they're staying in these games. That just like we said last week, that Belichick mindset of just stout defense is carried over.
Yeah.
Gerard Mayo.
Gerard Mayo, need to start giving him some respect because he's keeping this defense in check. They shutting teams down. I mean, on the other side though, Seahawks. Let me start out with my takeaway. There is absolutely zero risk of Zach Charbonnet taking the starting job from Ken Walker. Zach Charbonnet did not look good. I know he played against the Patriots. The Patriots are learning are a good defense, but Ken Walker is just so much more explosive. He's the threat of the big play, home run threat. Zach Charbonnet just is not that. He's just kind of a plotter right now. Geno Smith, though, I got to give him credit. He looked good.
Yeah, he did.
Giving the ball to Jackson Smith and Jigba, a little breakout game.
I think he had like 12 or 13 targets.
14.
It was ridiculous.
14 targets, yeah.
And like 9 catches.
Yeah, and he even supported that line from Jackson Smith and Jigba. And then DK also had a good game as well. So JSN, 16 targets. Here it is.
Oh, my God.
16 targets, 12 receptions, 117 yards. DK Metcalf, 14 targets, 10 receptions, 129 yards, and a touchdown. Impressive game from Geno, who went 33 for 44, 327 yards, and a touchdown. Hats off to Geno.
Only 23 points to show for it.
I know.
That doesn't add up.
I know. Because,
Patriots defense.
Yeah, they
bowled up near the end zone.
Mm-hmm. But I was impressed with Geno. He was making throws that I don't give him credit for. So hats off to Geno. I still want Sam Howell to start.
Sam Howell, you're going to be on the bench for a little longer, buddy.
Yeah, sadly. But
stay warm, buddy.
Both these teams
keep your thumb up your ass.
keep that warm. Keep that right thumb warm and sticky. But Patriots impressed me, and I think they're just going to keep doing this because Jacoby Brissett is doing what Will Levis should be doing. He's not putting the ball in harm's way, just kind of doing enough to keep your team competitive. Their running game, Antonio Gibson had 96 yards on 11 carries. Ramondre Stevenson still had a good game as well, 21 carries, 81 yards, and a touchdown. These teams, it was a great game, and I did not expect it to be. I thought it was going to be this was actually an exciting game. I had fun watching this game back. But, yeah, these teams are good teams. And Patriots, I don't want to say anything too early, but could Patriots somehow sneak into the wild card if they keep playing like this? Maybe not. But I think they could be around 500. They could maybe be 500.
They could sneak their way to 500.
Which would suck for the organization who needs draft picks bad.
I think they're going to be 2 games below 500.
Okay.
Yeah, I could see that.
So that would be that's not possible.
No.
Because you can either be 7-10 or 8-9.
7-10 feels right to me.
Unless they get a tie.
I'd have to look at their schedule, and I don't feel like.
Yeah, 7-10 feels right.
Oh, one more guy to mention: Hunter Henry, 8 receptions on 12 targets for 109 yards. That was his first 100-yard game in 5 years.
Sounds about right.
Because Hunter Henry is now. Oh, he's only 29 years old. Wow, he feels older than that.
He does. Feels like a 35-year-old.
Hunter Henry was basically the only guy that Jacoby Brissett was throwing to because the receivers are unproven and just have not shown up yet. But yeah.
Moving on to Browns-Jags, where the Browns squeaked out a win, 18-3.
Browns.
18-13.
Yeah, that's 18-3 is not a squeak out win, but yeah, I was watching this game. I was really paying attention to it around the fourth quarter, and yeah, the Browns just barely got it, and Trevor Lawrence just shit the bed at the end.
Real bad.
He just took a shit on live television.
Stinky.
And you could smell it through the screen.
Stinky.
I don't know what it was. First of all, he only targeted Christian Kirk 3 times. Your best receiver, you just didn't give a shit about him.
No, apparently they like to throw to Gabe Davis more.
That makes no sense.
That is wild.
Makes no sense.
It is wild, but this was happening.
I don't understand it. I don't know what's going on with Trevor Lawrence, honestly, because he's way better than what he's showing.
Way better.
And definitely not playing how he's getting paid.
That's probably what it is. His pockets are too heavy.
That might be it.
He wanted to get paid in coins.
Yeah.
He said, give me that in quarters, please.
Yeah. That's my main issue with that whole offense is Trevor Lawrence can't figure out what he's doing.
He's never lived up to expectations.
No.
At least not yet. And he's getting paid $55 million a year.
He has pretty okay weapons. I'd say above average weapons.
Yeah.
And
at this point.
An okay offensive line and a great running back. You have everything you need to show what you have, I would say. And he's just not living up to what he can be.
I agree.
Defense on the Jags, they suck. I mean,
They don't look good.
The Browns' offense is not good, at all this season. Because Nick Chubb, he was their heart and soul, and he's out for eternity, I guess. But, what's his dick? Deshaun Watson. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if the new case is coming up, like Liz sparking him, but he didn't play nearly as shit as he did the first game. Like he looked like he kind of looked like a Steelers quarterback or a Patriots quarterback. He just did what he needed to do.
Didn't
He
turn
didn't
the
do
ball over.
anything special.
Didn't try to play hero ball.
Yeah. He's yeah. The Browns. I mean, it was a squeak out win in the fourth quarter, and I was kind of pissed watching it because I really wanted to see all three other NFC North teams go 0-2. That would have been awesome.
AFC, but yeah, we
AFC
Yeah.
North. I was pissed.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Browns squeak out a win over the shit Jags that can't figure out what they're doing.
I'm concerned about both these teams long term, but I have a question for you guys.
I think that both these teams are not making playoffs. Like, don't even have a chance.
Yeah, I know Carson still believes in the Jags, and he picked the Jags.
I love the
later.
Jags, but they're shit.
That leads me to my question for you guys. Will Doug Peterson be the first coach fired this year?
No.
No, you don't think so? Who do you think it would be? Because there's always somebody who's fired first. Who's going to be the first fired so far through 2 weeks? What are we looking at here?
Well, who would be thought about? Dave Canales.
Yeah.
I don't think he should be, but
I think he's trying to save his ass right now by playing Andy Dalton.
probably. Who else do we got?
Let's see, the 0-2 teams we got. We got the Broncos. Sean Payton's probably pretty safe.
Yeah,
Sean
he's
Payton's
safe.
safe.
We got the Bengals, the Ravens, the Jags, and the Colts, and the Titans. But most of those teams have first-year head coaches.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, they can't fire him that soon. There might not be many fires just because of
Well, let's go to the
how
NFC.
many.
The Giants. Okay, Brian Dable.
Oh.
Brian Dable's on the hot seat.
Yeah, the Rams are 0-2 because everybody's hurt.
He's safe.
And then the
forever.
Panthers. So, I honestly, because I was asked this
I think
question.
everyone's fairly safe except for maybe Dable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it could, because I know that whenever Doug Peterson came in, he came in for Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer, Cletus, you could have done a better job at head coach than Urban Meyer. Like, of course, it doesn't matter who you bring in. You brought in Doug Peterson. He made the offense look better. Okay, whoop-de shit. You're looking better than Urban Meyer? Like, and then they just haven't really progressed from there. Like, they're topping out at, like, 500.
I think
Like,
they're
that's-
just banking on the fact that Doug Peterson has the Super Bowl.
That's it. Yeah, but that was back in 2017. 16? Yeah. So maybe he just needs to. Maybe Trevor Lawrence needs to get hurt. Backup quarterback needs to come in, Nick Foles style, and then
That's
Jags
fun.
make a Super Bowl
Yeah.
run. But I don't know, because Doug Peterson, to me, he has not gotten anything special out of Trevor Lawrence, which everybody has expected him to, and this Jaguars team has been stuck in the mud, right in the middle of the pack.
That's a good point. I just don't feel like he's going to get fired for some reason.
Yeah, I feel like there really
Probably
hasn't
because of
been
his
like.
tenure and his history.
Yeah, I feel like there hasn't really been like any talk about him getting fired.
No.
That just like kind of
If he does, it'll be like at the end of the season.
Right.
After
right.
the season's over.
Right.
When they're 2-15, 2-13, week 15.
I'd be pissed.
All
Yeah.
right. Anything else on the Browns Jags?
No. I hated that game.
Yeah.
It's a bad game.
Gross.
All right. Here's another game that I honestly thought was going to be gross, but it was gross. Never
Yeah,
mind.
it was gross.
Commanders beat the Giants 21-18. Daniel Jones got me 22 points in our 6-point per passing touchdown fantasy league, which I was hella happy with. Still lost to Cletus thanks to Alvin Kamara.
Let's go. And
But,
Kyler Murray.
And Kyler Murray. But Daniel Jones, he wasn't as stupid this game, I guess. But still out there kind of playing scared, more scared than I would like him to be. Obviously, he's kind of playing to protect himself, protect his own job. But so my takeaway for this game, just get Malik Neighbors the damn ball.
Yeah.
He's the entire offense. In this game, 18 targets for 10 receptions, 127 yards, 1 touchdown. Nobody else in the receiving category had more than 33 yards. Devin Singletary had a good game as well, 16 for 95 on the ground and a touchdown. But Malik Neighbors he's the whole offense right now.
Yeah.
And he looks good doing it too. He's looking talented, making plays after the catch. I was super impressed with Malik Neighbors and impressed that Daniel Jones didn't turn the ball over once. Now they're playing against the Commanders defense, and so my takeaway for the Commanders might win like 3 games this year because the defense is so bad. Oh my gosh!
But they get to go against the Giants again.
Yeah, that's why that's 2 of their wins.
Yeah.
But the defense is scaring me. If Daniel Jones cannot turn the ball over against you, he's known. That's kind of Daniel Jones' thing is to turn the ball over. And he didn't do it in this game because he wasn't really threatened. He was only sacked one time. Daniel Jones loves getting sacked.
It's his favorite thing.
That's his favorite thing to
He
do, and they only
certainly
sacked him
does.
once. So I'm scared for this Washington team long term on the defensive side of the ball. Jaden Daniels is still kind of slowly getting into it. He looks good as a runner, passing, slowly getting into the groove. Solid in this game with 23 of 29 for 226 yards. But Terry, he hasn't really made a connection with Terry McLaurin yet, and that's basically his only
it's confusing.
receiver of note because
Yeah.
there's Zach Ertz, there's Noah Brown, De'Ami Brown, Olamide Zaccheaus. Like, it's not a great receiving core outside of McLaurin, so he needs to get that connection figured out fast because this defense is not going to stop anybody, so you need to score a lot of points if you're going to win some more games in the future.
Yeah, I completely agree.
The kicker. Those were all field goals.
Yep.
21
There it is.
points of field goals.
They were all
7.
pretty evenly spread out, too. There were
Wasn't
3.
That was like some.
It was
I
a
don't
record
remember
for the
that. It was a
franchise.
record.
Oh, wait,
For the
Bo.
to
Oh,
lose.
yeah.
Oh yeah, to lose.
That was like the most amount of field goals to beat somebody, or like
Yeah, I forget
the most amount of points scored to be beat by field. I don't know,
yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that.
Austin Seibert was 7 for 7. I mean, his long was only 45.
Yeah.
But still, 21 points from a kicker. Not in fantasy football terms. Fantasy football, you went off. But yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, it even all spread out too. So it was 3 points in the first quarter, then 6, 6, 6 throughout the rest of the quarters.
Gross.
But yeah, Commanders need to take a look at themselves and make some adjustments because offensively, defensively, they're stagnant.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, they are.
Cletus, tell us about your Cardinals.
What can I say?
Here comes the glaze.
I mean, they come in.
They
or
come.
I don't think they came in. I think it
They
was
come
They
in.
haven't came yet.
No, they're Cardinals home.
Yeah, Cardinals were at home.
They have.
Well,
come.
the Rams came in and they got came on.
They certainly
Yeah.
came in.
Yeah, that Marvin Harrison connection. 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. It was crazy. It was like, his first 3 Kyler Murray threw the ball 3 times. 2 of them were touchdowns. His first 3 attempts were touchdowns.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Absolutely crazy.
He looks
And-
good.
Yeah,
It looks real good.
Kyler Murray, I am dreading the day that this new Call of Duty comes out because he is playing so well.
Stay
right
away, Kyler.
Now. He's playing so well right now. His MVP season is this year, like I said to begin with. Like, he is killing it.
Yeah.
Defense, keeping the Rams to 10. How the hell did this defense do that?
Well,
I mean, yes, Cooper Kupp got hurt. Yes, they have no Puka.
okay,
That's all their weapons.
the whole left side of their offensive line is injured. They're
That
down to
too.
third string on their whole left
Yeah.
side. They're all right.
They
Get
were
it? That's
they
funny.
were playing against.
They're all right.
Yeah.
They're all right.
Yeah,
All right.
that's funny. They were playing against a graveyard.
Should be no
On
excuse.
the offense.
The Buccaneers won with no defensive line.
Yeah.
All backups.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
and we were even on our game picks. Everybody except for Cletus, we were all glazing the Rams. Like, McVay can create offense with anybody. Well, now,
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah.
they got pooped on.
All they have is Tutu.
2-2.
2-2.
Demarcus Robinson and Tyler Johnson.
Tyler Johnson.
And Colby Parkinson is your tight end. Because now Cooper Kupp's on IR.
Yep.
They still got Kyron Williams, baby.
Is Cooper Kupp? Or wait, so how long's Cooper Kupp out?
Puka's out until Puka's out until week 5 is the earliest he can play. Cooper Kupp is now out until he has to miss the next 4 games, so he can't play till week 7.
Jesus.
Yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep.
Yikes.
That's terrible. Yeah, so their season's over, I'd say.
Starting 0-2.
Yeah, they're not making the playoffs. I know a lot of people were hoping they would, but yeah, if you lose to the Cardinals that bad, even though they went toe-to-toe with the Bills.
Oh, well, I mean, they might have a better week next week. They're only playing the 49ers.
Jesus. Yeah,
Then they're playing Bears. Then they're playing Packers.
I hope Caleb Williams does not beat the Rams. I'd be fuming.
But no, yeah, we can't take away from what the Cardinals did.
No.
Yeah, the
They look
Cardinals, I don't know what's going on with their offense. Them and the Saints, I think they did crack.
That maybe.
I don't know what's going on. They're scoring points out their ass. Like, I knew that they would have a pretty good offense, but not this good. because
They're
Marv
clicking on all
Marv didn't
cylinders.
even do anything the first game,
No.
and they still put up like 28, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
34 to 28.
Yeah. I can't believe it.
James Conner.
James
James
Conner's still a
Conner's
dog.
Doing. I don't even want him
Crack.
to do well because
Doing crack.
I have Trey Benson.
Oh, yeah.
I want Trey Benson in, but screw me, I guess, because James Conner's
Yeah,
just
I
killing
drafted
it.
James Conner.
Yeah.
We believe.
I don't believe.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. And then who was their other guy?
Dortch.
Yeah, Greg
Trey
Dortch.
McBride.
Trey McBride.
Trey McBride. Did he have one touchdown?
No, Elijah Higgins. He was a wide
yeah.
receiver converted
Higgins.
to tight end. Elijah Higgins had the other touchdown.
I think. Oh, Trey McBride dropped a touchdown, I believe.
I think so.
Okay.
I think you're right.
Yeah, it was in the corner.
Yep,
I
it was a
remember
toss to the
watching
corner.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Because I remember Carson was hoping for it, and I was laughing my ass off.
But no, Cardinals.
They
that's about
shellacked their ends.
now. Kyler Murray has done this before, where he's like plays good until like now
Till
he goes.
Call of Duty comes out.
He plays better. He plays longer than Sam Donald does. But he plays till like week 9, 10, looking like
Yeah.
MVP, and then something, COD comes out and yeah.
Yep.
When does it come out, Cletus?
October
This is
something?
Oh shit!
Oh,
Yeah, it's pretty
no.
early.
Right
This
in-
is important.
right
Cletus.
in prime football season. That ain't good.
Let's see, what week would that be? Yeah, give me the date and I'll tell you what week that is.
October 25th.
October 25th. So week 8 games are played October 27th.
Oh shit!
So he's good until week 7.
Oh.
Damn it!
Please, you need to sell him. Sell him whenever after week 7.
I can't do it. I can't bring myself to.
Yeah,
I have a blood connection to him.
Yeah, I guess.
I definitely don't.
It looks like it. It looks like it. I can see the resemblance here.
On to probably On to probably what my game of the week is. Bengals Chiefs. It came down to the very last play. Joe Burrow was playing really well for how early in the season it is.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm afraid for if he keeps like progressing at this level, he might be extremely dangerous come the end of the
He
season.
might be really good.
But Holmes played terrible. He
2 picks.
Yeah, he had 2 picks. Should have been 3 because he threw a pick. It got called back through a flag. I was so pissed. And then 2 plays later, he threw a pick in the exact same way, like the exact same spot and everything. I was, dude. The Chiefs played like shit, but they still somehow scored 26 points.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand it. Their defense didn't really hold up like it should.
Yeah, they didn't look
Steve
the same.
Spagnuolo didn't. Yeah, he didn't do what he's supposed to.
He wasn't. They weren't. I heard people were talking about it after the game. Listened to other analysts talk about it. He didn't blitz until the last drive because Joe Burrow is historically very good
Good at
against the
picking
blitz.
it,
Yeah, he's going to throw it to where you're blitzing from because that's
Yeah.
where the weakness is in the coverage.
Makes sense.
So he didn't
Yeah.
blitz him until the last drive, and that gave him fits, and that's where the downturn came.
Yeah. And we're all going to talk about that pass interference call. It was.
Yeah, I could see it.
It was.
I'm not arguing it.
I wouldn't have called it, but it was. Everyone in the basement that we were watching, we had it on the full screen.
Right.
And Mink was just screaming, they're going to throw a bullshit flag for some reason. And evidently they did. Chiefs always somehow squeak out a win. Harrison Butker hit like a 52-yarder for the win. It was automatic for him. But yeah, it was a heartbreaker. The Bengals were killing them the entire game. They were ahead,
Yeah,
I
they
think,
looked
the
dominant.
entire time. Until the very end. So,
Yeah,
How it goes with the Chiefs.
Yeah, it's so aggravating because I don't know. It's so. It's like it's easy to root against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
they're a team that's very loud. Even their Mahomes' relatives are loud, and so
that's
it's very
just
easy to
funny.
root against them. And it sucks that watching that play back, it was pass interference. It's funny that it hit the Bengals defender Dejon Anthony right in the helmet.
Yeah.
But
Should've
yeah,
been
I
watching
mean,
the ball.
it is promising, just like you said, Cletus, that Burrow looked this good this
Yeah.
early.
Yep.
I don't know if he was confused. Maybe there was like a
What week is it? Does that say? Does
yeah.
that say week 12?
Maybe it's like a Groundhog
Yeah.
Day thing where like the they got some kind of groundhog in the Bengals facility where, like, if he wakes up and he sees his shadow, then it's like Bengals are going to be ass the first 2 weeks of the year.
He sees it every time.
Yeah.
Damn, man. Why we got so much sun around here?
Turn the damn lights off. Who's got that floodlight?
Cody, tell us about the Lurs.
I will tell you about them Steelers. Steelers beat the Broncos in a Steelers game. They won 13-6 in a real barn burner. That's just what you'd expect from the Steelers. Lots of good defense, limited offense. And, I mean, that's kind of the end of it. But we can take out a little bit more than that out of that game. So, as I just said, defense is still their key to winning these games. But going deeper into that, I think the corners and DBs that they have right now, I can see progression. They're getting better, and which is good because we don't have big name guys. Like, we got Dante Jackson, and he's getting better. Trice came in. Yeah, JPJ. I didn't even talk about him because he's a solidified guy, like top 3 corner in the league.
Yeah.
Trice came in for that one play in the end zone and got the pick off of Knicks.
Trice was graded by PFF as 90.1 for that game. Was his grade for this week.
Wow.
Corey Trice.
Is this how many snaps he has?
21 snaps.
Okay, that's more
19
than I thought he
coverage
might have
snaps.
I forgot. I think it was last week whenever I was talking about the Steelers or someone. We probably all were. I forgot one corner that we need to give his rewards to, give his flowers to. Beanie Bishop.
Hell yeah!
He's playing. Me too.
That's my guy.
Me too.
That's my guy.
I completely. It's my fault. I forgot about him last week. I wanted to bring him up, but Beanie Bishop, he's playing really, really well for an undrafted guy.
I told Tomlin to start him. He listened to me, and look at this.
He's playing really well. So
look at our rewards here.
Their whole corner room is getting better, and it's good to see. Not there yet, but it's getting better. But anyways, yeah, Watt and company, they bullied Denver and Knicks all night. Pressure all game. And that's really, Watt had a sack or 2 or however many. Kind of what we expected.
He had a sack literally just using his aura.
Yeah, just kind of using the force.
Yeah,
just tripped him up. Yeah.
Pushed enough wind towards his ankles that he sprung backwards.
That was hilarious.
I don't think
it's like he tried to run and forgot how with one leg and just fell over. Yeah.
I don't understand what happened. And oh my God, does TJ Watt get held? Holy shit.
All the time, yeah.
It's so bad.
Yep.
So bad.
All the time. It just proves he's the best of the best. As far as Steelers' offense goes, I think it's improving. Slowly, albeit, but I can see the improvement as far as getting used to that Arthur Smith offense and implementing it more. And Pickens is still crazy. We'll probably talk about that every single week. He's not gonna get any worse this whole time. But I like what I'm seeing out of Justin Fields so far. He's being smart. He's playing fairly conservative. They're starting to open it up a little bit more down the field to people like Pickens. I mean, I guess they have limited options downfield. But another small thing that I can take away from that is I think I said a while back that I'm all aboard Russell Wilson, like the Russell Wilson train whenever he starts. And I was a little bit more unsure of Justin Fields. If he keeps playing like this, I'm all in. Like, he's playing good, and boy, is it nice. There's one play, I don't remember when. I think it was early in the game. They were coming at him from his right side, and he turns to run away. And I'm like, oh, well, he's going to get hit for a loss for only 2 yards. And then I forgot. I'm like, oh, this is Justin Fields. And he runs for 12 or something like that. Yeah. I'm like, oh, it's Justin Fields. And that's just a great little exciting thing to watch.
We never had that.
No, we have not had that.
We had Michael Vick.
You're right. Did have Michael Vick.
That was Michael Vick past his prime. Past his second prime.
Yeah.
He primed twice, and we missed them both.
He did, yeah. A little bit of negatives from the Steelers, obviously, because as we all know, they only scored 13 points. But that is what it is. And our secondary broke down a few times. Like I said, they're getting better, but we aren't there yet. They broke down a few times, let up some big plays.
Darnell Washington.
Darnell. Guy is
good pass. And
built like a
6'9".
tackle.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 280 pounds of muscle.
He's huge.
Yeah.
Usually just used as a blocker, but I mean in red zone.
I don't see why they haven't used him yet.
In red zone he's 6'9".
Just throw it up to the guy. Yeah. They had no. I liked his little celebration when he's doing that little short thing, calling everyone short. Yeah,
too small.
It was awesome. On the Broncos side. About the only positive I can take away from their side is when given time, which was rare going against the Steelers rush, Nix doesn't look too awful.
If he can just,
If he
his
had-
shots downfield are
Yeah, they're
pretty impressive.
pretty accurate, pretty good, but boy, do the Broncos desperately need an explosive, receiver.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, explosive yak guy. Bo Nix would be so much better. He doesn't have a true reliable safety valve right now, or an explosive guy, which are two things that would strongly benefit Bo Nix. So for how he looks right now, you can almost call it impressive for what he's working with.
Yeah, he's getting. Javonte Williams is cooked.
Yeah.
He's getting no help from Javonte at all.
No.
He went
Their
11
run
for
game
17
is-
in this game.
Yeah, their run game is not good, which they went against the Steelers, but it still didn't look good anyways.
It sucks that Estime is on IR.
I know. I'm so sad. He'll be back. So, yeah, Bo Nix, of course, he had some costly interceptions. The interception in the end zone, but that's a product of him just getting rushed the whole time. And sure, some bad plays. He's a rookie. But
There are no TJ Watts in the Pac-12 where he was playing.
no.
No.
You can play against the best, but
He reminds me
TJ
a
Watt.
lot of Derek Carr last year, where if there was the slightest bit of pressure, then he just crumbles.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
I could say that's a good comp right now.
Yeah.
Not Derek Carr this year.
No,
that's
Derek
MVP.
Carr. Because Derek Carr's not really getting any pressure this year.
Right. Derek Carr non-election year we're talking.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, precisely. All right, on to the Bears.
Oh, wait. One guy
Oh,
who,
sure.
okay, so Minka Fitzpatrick gets all the hype in that secondary, but Deshaun Elliott is playing,
playing
he's playing
really
his
well.
ass off.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Deshaun Elliott is looking better than Minka right now.
Yeah.
Arguably. Deshaun Elliott's making plays first year on the Steelers team, so good signing by Omar.
I don't know if I'd say better, but definitely up there.
I think he actually is playing better right
That's one hell of a safety tandem.
Yeah.
It is. It's really, really solid
That's
now.
got to be like,
now. Top 5.
that's what I was going to say. Top
Definitely
5 in the
top
league.
five.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
Good chance. All right, on to the Bears and Texans. The Texans beat the Bears 19-13 in kind of an ugly game for Texans standards. Texans, some positives that we can take out. Nico Collins is still unbelievable. He's still great, catches everything that's thrown his way, and is just a really solid receiver, knows where to be, and is a great outlet for C.J. Stroud. And it's also kind of cool to see that the Texans, they still throw in some of those little creative plays. That's just something I saw that they were still doing to throw off opponents. And the whole offense as a whole was clicking fairly well. They were all working together fairly well, but not explosive.
Yeah.
It wasn't your regular explosive, but it's not like anything was terribly out of order. It's just their game plan or whatever worked out wasn't that great. Also, their corners are good. Their corners prove that they're really, really good. Coming up with a couple picks. Derek Stingley Jr., he's been one of the best in the league, still is. Kamara Lassiter, their rookie.
Your guy?
Yeah, my guy. He came up with a pick, and I was probably the biggest positive for the Texans. Kamara Lassiter still has his same helmet slap celebration.
I love it.
When he got that pick.
And everybody starts slapping his helmet.
Yeah, everyone started. Yeah, they ran up to him, and all of his teammates started doing it, and yeah.
Don't do that to Tua.
Yeah, don't do that to Tua.
He might die.
He might. The only negatives I could really take from the Texans were, I guess I didn't really understand it. Maybe you guys would have a better idea, but their offense just kind of seemed to stall out sometimes. Whenever they got close to the end, which is why they only scored 19 points. It either stall out or the O-line broke down a few times and got CJ for a loss, or just dead stops to drives or something like that. I didn't know if you had any other thoughts on that, because it just kind of seemed to. We don't really see that with the Texans this day and age with CJ Stroud.
When in this game did Joe Mixon get hurt? Because he went out and they
yeah,
were
that's
left with
true.
Cam Akers and Cam.
Third.
I might have been third quarter.
Third quarter.
Because I don't fully believe in Joe Mixon. I don't think he's great, but he's better than Cam Akers. And whenever
Yeah.
you lose that, any sort
That's
of rushing attack. CJ Stroud is great, but to put it all on his shoulders against the Bears defense that's pretty solid.
Yeah.
That's a lot to ask.
Yep. Bears side, they didn't look that good overall. But the O-line, I think, did not hold up in this game at all. But also, in my opinion, that could be they got some sacks on Caleb a few times, but I think that's also because Caleb was holding the ball too long. And that's how they ended up getting through. So that's not all the O-line's fault. They just play broke down, or Caleb didn't get it out, or something like that. Caleb threw some ugly picks, but he did show some flashes of his rushing ability and somewhat decent passes that were probably helped by his stud receivers that he still has, as in DJ Moore. He still is proven to be really good, and that really helps Williams out a lot. So Caleb, he didn't look great, but it's not like he's a complete pile of dog shit. He shows flashes here and there, and the defense, like we just talked about, the drive stalling out for the Texans. That Bears defense had some good stops. Mm-hmm. That's about it. So that's another positive on the Bears side.
I love watching what D'Amico Ryans can do with this defense.
Yeah.
This defense has some guys. This might be like one of my favorite defenses to watch in the league. Behind like Minnesota with what Brian Flores does, that's always fun to watch. But this defense has some guys. Daniil Hunter, Azeez Al-Shaair came in. Jalen Petrie's a little like a mouse running around, but he lays some booms.
Yeah, he lays the hits.
Will Anderson, Derek Stingley, Kamari Lassiter. This guy Henry To'o.
Yeah, To'o.
Yeah. This defense has some guys, and D'Amico Ryans is defensive head coach coming from Shanahan, so he knows how to coach. So
to touch on Caleb Williams, everything that they're saying that he's doing wrong is the exact same thing that was going wrong with Justin Fields while he was there. So
get Eberflus out of there. Yeah. I mean, Eberflus doesn't handle the offense, but he's obviously not doing well.
I mean, him and Fields do play very similar, but the fact that they're playing so similar whenever they were in the same system, I don't know, it's just kind of weird.
And Caleb Williams has much better receivers now than Justin Fields.
Way better weapons.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never really been on the team that thinks that it was all
Fields'
fault. Yeah, I could see.
I don't even know if they thought that when they shipped him off.
Probably not. They just probably wanted something new, I guess.
They would have shipped him off earlier. That's why they gave him that third year. They're like, you've showed some flashes, and then it was the same thing, like flash and then shit himself, and then flash and then shit himself.
Yeah.
And roll in it a little bit.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Stanky.
Yep. On to the last game of the week. The Falcons beat the Eagles 22-21.
My Falcons Super Bowl run starts now. It starts now.
Does it?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a Falcons-Steelers Super Bowl.
Oh. Yeah, so this was kind of another weird game of the week. Kind of exciting because it was so close. On the Falcons side, Bijan is still... Like, get that ball to him every time.
What a good matchup of running backs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bijan and Saquon.
Two of the best running backs in the league right now. Two of the best running backs maybe ever in college football history.
Yeah. For sure.
Both looked so explosive.
Yep. One team just didn't use their running back enough.
Yeah.
The Eagles.
Yeah.
Anyways, Bijan's really good. London's still really good. Their defensive secondary on the Falcons held up fairly well against what was left of the Eagles attackers, Eagles
Pass
receivers.
catchers,
Yeah. Like A.J. Brown was out.
Jesse Bates is legit. Jesse Bates is a fucking stud.
Yeah.
And Justin Simmons, to bring him in. Justin Simmons was just on the couch a couple weeks ago, and he's coming in and playing great too.
Yeah, they're still holding up really well. Like, Devonta Smith had some catches, but that's going to happen.
Jesse Bates ripped out that touchdown out of his hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still really good. And then one other huge positive from the Falcons side for me is that that last drive, I think Kirk executed that perfectly.
Oh, my.
It couldn't have gone any better.
In
He
3
went,
plays.
5 for 6?
Yeah, on the last drive, it was only 3 plays, 3 passes.
Sure?
Yeah.
I thought it was 6.
They moved the. I got it right here. The play-by-play.
I thought he went 5 for 6.
I thought it was more like that too.
That final drive was 6 plays. Kirk went 3, 4. Oh no, you're right. Yeah, 5 for 6. Good job, guys. You got it. Bang.
Yeah, it was beautifully executed, and they deserve to win after that. I mean, and also another little crazy stat about them winning is time of possession was dominated by the Eagles. Like, the time of possession, Eagles had over 35 minutes of possession.
I mean, it seemed like that.
Yeah, they had the ball forever because they'd get down and then they'd get stopped near the end. On that Eagles side, their O-line is dominant in the run game. Boy, they would send Barkley through the middle. Like, every time he ran, it seemed like he was getting 10 yards a carry. Every single time. And they decided to stop using him when they got within the 5. Anyways,
it was cool having Jason Kelsey in the booth there for a while.
Yeah, it was cool.
Breaking it down.
Yeah, so
I don't miss that play.
yeah, that's another thing. Tush push is still there. They still got it.
It's so aggravating.
Yeah, but it's so good. Yeah, it's so good. Saquon's a beast. And then it was another cool little thing. Covey.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, where'd this guy come from? He's just the reliable mid-range pass catcher.
The Austin Trammell of the Eagles.
Pretty much. Yeah, Britton Covey. Yeah, that's what I thought. But A.J. Brown being out was obviously a huge detriment to them. I think that was really big in their game, obviously. They broke down in the red zone this game. It didn't look good. Like I already been harping on, they need to feed Saquon more. I don't know why they took him out when they were close to the end zone. There was like 2nd down and goal, and they could have just fed him the rock 2 times. He would have got 3 yards or whatever they needed. Whatever it was, I don't know their thinking on that. They had some costly penalties. Like, they had a couple men downfield, which is tough in the play-action game, but you got to be better.
Yeah, that run-pass option. The offensive linemen are on an island. They have no idea what the quarterback's going to do behind them.
Right.
I can't believe that they called delay a game for Jalen Hurts spiking the ball after
that was
long run.
They talked about that.
Unbelievable.
They talked about that like it was in the rule book. Like, it must be. But
that's so dumb.
It is dumb. I didn't get that.
Oh,
either.
and then Younghoe Koo having to kick a 50-yarder for the extra point because of.
Why'd they take? They took the 15. They took a 15-yard penalty on the extra point. Which makes no sense.
I don't know with these new kickoff rules if you can push it to the kickoff.
I don't think you can.
Because now you have
dumb.
to try to kick it into that zone. So I don't know.
But
dumb.
The celebration, all he did was bah, 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 bah.
Yeah.
And apparently you can't act like you're shooting a gun because they might think you're shooting.
Well, not in Philadelphia or in Atlanta. You might act what?
I said they might think you're shooting the president.
Oh.
He's so elusive.
Hey, 0 for 2.
Yeah, so the Eagles, anyways, at the end of the game, they just kind of broke down and made a few key mistakes. Mistakes that pretty much cost them the game. That did cost them the game. And that's kind of what it comes down to. Like, obviously, the Saquon pass at the end. It was a rough pass. I didn't really understand the play call. He probably should have caught it. But then again, there were 2 defenders barreling down on him. I don't know if
he would have made it.
He would have got in.
Yeah.
And then I remember they also went for it on 4th down where they could have took points early in the game. I think that was like first quarter maybe. I could be wrong.
Yes.
But
They
did. They went for it on 4th and turned it over. They could have kicked a field goal. So, I mean, yeah, I guess that's Eagles football. Kind of like Lions go for it on 4th. They aren't going to back off what they know. But yeah, that's Eagles, Falcons.
Kirk Cousins looked way more comfortable this week than last week.
This was in prime time, too.
I know. Primetime Kirk.
The Falcons are making the Super Bowl. But Kirk...
No, that's way too many primetime games in a row.
Yeah, that's
You're
true.
right.
But Kirk Cousins, they actually had him under center this week. They were talking about how they started to, they were having him roll out, starting to feel more comfortable on that Achilles. Yeah. He still looks, in my opinion, still a little antsy. His arm is still a little bit off, still a little bit of rust that he's shaking off.
Yep.
So I think Kirk is going to get even better than this. I don't even think he looked great in this game, honestly, until the last drive.
Michael Penix looked good on the sideline.
He did.
Good, yeah.
Good.
He's
Looked
standing
good.
there with his hands on his hips.
Yeah,
Yep.
sweet hairband thing. Yeah.
But I think Kirk is going to get better. I'm excited. I didn't think I was going to believe in the Falcons defense. I thought that was going to be what threw me off or what really killed my hopes.
AJ Terrell hasn't had a pick in 1,000 days.
I mean, he's still playing good defense, though. He was making
That's
pass deflections.
just something Bill Belichick said. He was like, that's a lot of money to be paying a corner who hasn't had a pick in almost 3 years.
Interceptions are so inconsistent. It's like a lot of it relies on terrible passes.
But it is funny that he got all that money.
Yeah, that's
he's not a ball-hawking corner.
Yeah. But I think I didn't think Falcons defense was going to be good. Falcons defense does look good. Offense is slowly sputtering to a start. It's like one of those
At least they're using Bijan more.
Yeah. Oh, thank goodness.
They need to.
Yeah.
And Algier even had a decent game.
Yeah.
Like I think he's
And Mooney.
Yeah, Mooney did. He had a couple
No,
catches.
we've talked about this before just briefly, but I think Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier, that 1-2 combo at
Great
running back
1-2
is
combo.
the top 5 in the league.
Yeah,
Tyler
Yeah.
Algier is great.
it's being used by whatever their OC now is.
Zach Robinson.
Yeah, Zach Robinson. Pretty well,
He's actually using the good players. Who would have thought that
Yeah.
will lead to some wins?
I guess.
Let's glaze some people.
Let's glaze some people. Next segment, deserving of that Chris Collinsworth glaze, where we each pick a guy that we want to glaze.
Alvin Kamara. I mean,
Fair.
4 touchdowns. He's just doing what he does at least once every healthy season, where he just gets a ridiculous amount of fantasy points. If you had him in fantasy, you're obviously going to take him for that Collinsworth glaze.
Yeah,
I mean,
congratulations.
Cletus.
Congratulations on your win.
he had me beat Kean, and Kean has probably the best team in that league, and I just upset him. I'm supposed to be like bottom 4. So it's real embarrassing for Kean. And
Tough look.
Yeah,
That's bad.
Alvin Kamara, 3
Fantasy
rushing
football
touchdowns,
sucks.
1 receiving touchdown. He just did it all. And he had like 100 and how many on the ground? 150? That's a shit ton.
Shit ton.
Especially near the end of the game, he was just like getting first downs at will.
Yeah.
Them boys gave up.
Yeah.
He's looking like prime Alvin Kamara again, and he hasn't looked like that for a few years. He
Yeah.
went 20 for 115 on the ground, and through the air, he was 2 for 65.
Jesus.
Yeah. Not too bad. Well, we also got to glaze Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah.
Way too good.
Yep.
I would say it makes no sense, but for anyone that's watched Aiden Hutchinson in college and in the NFL so far, it makes complete sense. He's just an absolute guy. And that's all I got to say about that.
Cletus, me and you picked him as our defensive player of the year.
Sure
Looking pretty good.
He
Looking
looks
pretty
so
good.
good.
I should have placed a bet on it.
Yeah, honestly, in an NFL full of great pass rushers, the Micah Parsons, the Max Crosby's, T.J. Watts. It's probably a 2-man race right now between T.J. Watt and Aiden Hutchinson.
Yep.
I think Myles Garrett fell off a cliff.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No one talks about him.
No,
It's because of the Browns.
Browns suck.
That's true.
I got to glaze another defensive player who he played a big part in winning his game. It was a disgusting game. It was the Patriots and the Seahawks, but Julian Love, their safety, he's so underrated. He's got to be like, I'd say in the league, he's maybe like, each team's playing 2 safeties each week, so you're talking like 64 starting safeties. I'd say Julian Love is probably like top 15 the way he's playing right now.
Yeah, right now. Yeah.
But Julian Love in this game, Hunter Henry had his first 100-yard game in 5 years, and then they decided to put Julian Love on him. Julian Love just shut him down, and then the Patriots were going to kick a field goal that put them up 6 points, and Julian Love himself blocked it. So, and that proved to be very meaningful because then the Seahawks drove down the field, scored a field goal to tie it, sent it to overtime, kick another field goal to win the game. So Julian Love, good game, my friend.
Yeah, very good.
Jordan Love isn't the only good J Love
You're
in
right.
the NFL.
Absolutely.
Julian Love's
Jordan Love isn't even good.
Right, yeah. That's why we took his jersey off the wall, because he sucks ass.
Damn straight.
Turn that Green Bay hat over.
Yeah.
Belly up.
All right. Let's get into our draft. This week, we're drafting things we don't understand. And rules are, there are no rules.
You just can't understand it.
Yeah,
If you don't
it's-
understand it, it's fair game.
If it's something that you don't understand, I bet a lot of people probably don't understand it too. It's just because, like, after this wild, confusing NFL week that we didn't really understand all these upsets, this field felt fitting.
Let's open it up,
Yeah.
per se.
Are we doing 3 picks?
Yeah, let's
we'll
do 3 picks.
We'll do 3.
Yep, 3 picks, snake draft. Rock, paper, scissors.
paper, scissors, shoot.
All right. There's a lot of things I don't understand.
Yeah, there are. This is a wild one here.
Do it.
Let's see. First pick,
It has to be.
The 101.
the one of one. I'm going to have to go with the liberal agenda.
What a hat flip!
I just don't get it. Yeah, they flip on so many issues. I just don't understand where they're coming from. And the amount of gaslighting, I don't understand it. And then the second shooter was also in a BlackRock commercial. I mean, I don't understand a lot of things. So, and then he's not getting charged with an assassination attempt, even though the FBI classified it as an assassination attempt. But I just don't understand it. I mean, it confuses me.
I've seen so many memes where it's like, maybe they would know how to shoot guns if they supported them.
They used an SKS, which is known for being inaccurate as shit.
Okay. I bet Kyler Murray probably knows that from Call of Duty.
Yeah.
He's like, I never use an SKS.
I also don't understand how that guy knew that he was going to be there. He was camping out there for 6 hours on the 6th hole. Or no, 12 hours on the 6th hole. And he lives in North Carolina and also has a house in Hawaii. But
what do you do? I'd go chill in Hawaii. Like, just basically, you can isolate yourself from basically everything that's going on in the presidential race if you live in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Just go chill in Hawaii.
volcano might get you.
Right, but that has nothing to do with the presidential race.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's end of draft, I guess.
I win!
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot here, as we said. The pick 102 for me. Oh, boy. That is very open-ended. Let's see. Shall I go in the sports world?
Sure.
Probably.
Because I won't be in the sports world.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
The owner of the Pirates. Why does this guy suck so bad, dude?
What's his name? His name is even terrible.
Oh. Let me find out. Because this guy makes 0 sense. He's like, hey.
That's Robert Nutting.
Yeah, Nutting. He's like, hey, coach. Hey, coach. Yeah.
Bob Nutting. Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying we got a good pitcher? Okay. I'm going to trade his ass. Really? Yeah, I'm going to trade his ass right now. And then he's going to be good in about 3 years, and I'm going to look like a complete asshole. Yeah. Screw that guy, dude. They're losing right now to the Cardinals, too. So that makes complete sense.
I love it.
All right. This is one thing that's kind of... my mind is... I get confused by a lot of stuff.
Yeah, sure.
So, this one's been on my mind for a while because we use them every day. With our generation, we grew up with them. Mm-hmm. I couldn't tell you how the a touchscreen works, but it does. Like, how does a touch... I don't know how a touchscreen works. Like, I know how to use them, obviously, but, like, what is going on under the surface that, like, it recognizes that I am touching it so that it can move?
That's a good point.
You never really think about it, but,
no,
like,
you don't.
I don't know how a touchscreen works, but I use it every day.
That's a very good point.
Nah, with my second pick, I got to go with... Man, I was so, like, hopped up on that first pick because I was still trying to figure out how it worked. Yeah, I've gone through this one before, talking with my family. I still don't really understand how refrigerators work. Like, I know that there's something going through the lines of refrigerators that's called, like, refrigerant. And then, like,
yeah,
basically,
exactly.
if you Google it, it's going to tell you, it's like, yeah, it's a refrigerant that makes it cold. But, like, okay. But what makes that refrigerant cold? Is there, like, stuff in this universe that it just starts out cold and stays cold?
I think it's...
is it, like, liquid nitrogen?
Chemical reactions.
Well, kind of. Yeah, it's kind of like how coolant works in a car. It just stays at such a low temperature, and then you also have things that keep it at that low temperature.
And there's a pump.
Yeah, and
that pumps it through its coolers and radiators and all that good stuff.
I don't know. It just confuses me because it's like, yeah, I've always known that, like, a refrigerator makes stuff cold. But
one thing that confuses me even more is air conditioning.
Yeah, kind of the same.
It still uses that refrigerant.
Yeah.
Don't understand it.
No, that's what I'm saying. I couldn't tell you how a touchscreen or a refrigerator / air conditioner works.
That's very fair. I can tell you some key points, but yeah, I guess I can't explain how they work.
Like, why is a refrigerant cold? It's like, oh, the refrigerant makes that cold, but how does that refrigerant get cold? Is there something cool in that refrigerant?
Why
would
is
say
the
chemical reactions.
inside of the freezer frozen but not the outside?
Yeah.
How does it make it so cold?
I know.
Like, how's the inside of it so cold but the outside's hot?
Yeah, because it's making heat on the outside.
Yeah.
Whenever you touch the side of a freezer, it's warm.
I know it has
I
like
might actually know that.
I know it has like
I
an
think I actually
exhaust
know
from
that.
the motor.
Well, that's just the process of cooling produces
Yeah.
heat. So
That's wild to me.
it is.
That's crazy.
So global warming is
So basically,
actually making it cold.
the cooling is pushing the heat out. Yeah, precisely.
Yeah.
That's why global warming is happening, because they're making it too cold up there on the up and down on the poles.
Yeah,
That's why they're melting.
Yeah,
They're making
It's
too
too
much.
cold, and that's why it's melting.
we figured it out. Okay.
The ice caps.
Oh man, I'm
That
gonna
could be
see.
tied into your first not understanding point.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I got one I'll save for last, just because it's kind of just for me and it's funny to me. Anyways, I'm an idiot. I'm gonna go with, because I'm not really an audio or tech guy.
Yeah.
How does my voice go through here and come out your speakers?
Yeah, if you pull that plug out of there, you're not gonna hear Cody's voice.
Yeah.
The plug.
How does this work?
I
mean, I know sound waves and crap and makes electrical current, I'm assuming, but I don't get it.
No, that's a really good one. I've thought about that too.
Yeah. I mean, thank you, technology, but I don't get it.
No.
Oh, there's a few things going through my head.
You got 2 picks here, 2 picks.
Oh, man. All right. Oh, shoot. Oh, there's so many. Oh.
Is MAGA one of them going through your head?
No, I understand that fully.
Okay, cool.
Understand it fully. Greatest thing ever. Like CPUs in phones.
Okay.
If you ever look up a video of them under a microscope, they're like beyond like the
Those little
the
wires
lines.
you see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like
There's,
the computer
like-
chip looking things.
Yeah, there's like lines in the lines in the lines in the lines. Like that you will never be able to see with your eye.
That's a really good
I
one.
don't understand how the hell that shit gets made.
That's a really good
Like,
yeah. That's a
You
really
can't solder that.
No.
No.
Like if you melt, I don't understand it at all.
Like the
None
first,
of the process.
the first like computer chip had to be made with.
It was huge.
Oh,
Like, it was
okay, that
giant.
makes sense, 'cause you have to
it
be
was
able to see it.
enormous. But with how small they
Probably
have
like
everything
a
now,
suitcase. Yeah, I don't get it either. That's a really good point.
I don't like.
Man.
I saw a video on TikTok of a guy zooming in on the new iPhone's chip. I completely checked out. My mind was like, I'm.
Yeah, that's a good one because
Just to make sure I'm understanding this correctly, core processing unit is what it stands for.
Yes.
Okay.
yeah,
Yep.
nailed it.
That was the main question I had.
All right, last one. Oh god, lots of good options.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah, I got a few flowing through my head.
I want to take this, but I kind of understand it, but I also don't. I'm taking Bluetooth.
Yeah,
'Cause
I was thinking of that too. Yeah.
I know like what it is. It's rays of light. Like that's actually how it's transmitted. And then there's like different so that your rays of lights don't mess up with this guy's rays of lights. There's like a type of passcode on the light like going through the air. It's like light waves that we can't see with our eyes, but I don't understand it at all.
Yeah,
It's like
that's a
I
good
understand
one.
like the very base level of it, but it's beyond my comprehension.
We got
Yeah.
a lot of radiation going on.
Oh, like a shit ton. More than
It's like-
if we could see it all, we would never be able to see like
Yeah.
anywhere in the
No.
world.
Yep.
Just because they say that like our atmosphere is just littered with satellites. One breaks, it's like shit, send up another one.
Yep.
And then like
Elon's sending up about 40,000 of them. It seems like.
Well, yeah, he's got
Yeah.
what's that Wi-Fi called?
Starlink.
Starlink.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever see him go?
Oh,
over?
yeah.
It's so cool.
It's really cool.
It's
What?
awesome.
what?
Like
Yeah.
a row of them.
Yeah. There's like 10 in a row of
Like little
satellites.
Are they? Huh? Are
And
they
it's
moving
Wi-Fi.
or are they're sitting there and the
They
Earth
move.
is spinning?
No,
They-
I think
they're flying?
I think they're moving. I mean,
They're
they're
flying?
sent up, and then maybe they sit there. I don't
We don't
understand.
get. We don't understand.
Yeah. That's for aliens like Elon to figure out.
Yeah. Yeah, because I guess, like, this was going to be one of mine, but I wanted to talk about it because I wasn't going to pick it. But, so, like, wireless phone charging. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, like
Because
whenever
that's like
I'm
more
doing
radiation.
you can even have like a little gap in it. Like I have a case on my phone.
Yeah.
And like there's a bump where the camera is, so it's raised up a little bit.
Yeah.
And you can look in there. You can't see shit.
There's nothing going on in there.
No, but my phone's at 100% now.
Yeah.
I don't. To more radiation. I don't know. I don't know how it works. How are you giving my phone power through just sometimes not even touching it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a really good one, too. Man, this is just
If I were
opening the ether.
If I were to take a random guess, I think it'd have something to do with like a Tesla coil type thing.
Probably.
That'd be my
Probably
guess.
would be a good
That's
guess.
another thing that I just don't understand, though.
There's too much.
There's a lot of stuff that I
There's
don't
too
understand.
much that we don't understand.
I could just say something like space. I don't understand space.
Whoa, let's not open that.
Well, there's a space in that closet over there.
I mean, like outer space.
Okay, I will take my last pick here. I'm just going to pick something kind of funny. Just change it up a bit. It's kind of just for me and car guys. Automatic transmissions. How do those magic boxes work? That's just for car
Yeah,
guys and for me.
It's running kind of hot. I guess we'll shift now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's got to be some kind of brain working that.
ECU.
Yeah, there's a
What?
PCU and
ECU,
there's a valve body and there's fluid running through the valve body. And it has to do with pressure and how much pressure you have in there. It'll shift to the next gear. It'll move it over and slip to another gear. And
I'm not a car guy, so I could name a muffler and I wouldn't understand.
well, you know how to break them off.
I understand.
Yeah.
I know how to break them off.
you
Broken
do.
off.
I can show you with a sawzall real quick.
Yeah, we could.
The sound goes in there and goes. All right, so my last pick. This is one that I feel like none of us really understand because we weren't raised around this. But like, because now we have radios. But like, I couldn't tell you how dropping a needle onto a record player. Yeah,
There's no way.
because there's little grooves in a record player, and apparently whenever the needle like scratches across it, it like makes a sound that makes it sound like how.
I don't
doing
understand
this?
why it doesn't destroy the record.
Yeah.
That's a good point, too.
Like, you're scratching it to... I mean, it'd probably be because, like, you can't scratch a diamond with any other material because there's nothing hard enough. So it'd probably have to do with that.
But they're not. Are records made out of diamonds?
No, but it'd be
No, the
less...
track, though, is probably fairly hard.
it's like platinum or
If the needle
something.
is less hard
Yeah,
than the track,
yeah.
then it can't scratch it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then the needle's getting worn down.
You'd probably have to replace a needle. We don't know because we're too young.
Right,
Yeah.
like that's something that I just don't understand
Makes
because
it
it's
sound
literally
like
just
idiots, yeah.
a record with a groove in it, and whenever you scratch it just right, it makes a song.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That's-
And they did this back. I don't know when the I gotta find.
Well, it's probably electrical, right?
When was?
No, they used to be cranked and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's true.
They came out before electricity.
But did that crank a little...
The first the first record player was invented in 1857.
Oh, they're called gramophones. That's it. Gramophones.
Oh wait, no. Oh wait, yeah, okay. First version of so it's like same thing as a turntable. It was first created in 1857, patented in 1887. That's wild to me.
That's crazy.
Another thing that I feel like this is just one more off the top that I feel like nobody understands, but the pyramids.
Well, yeah, there's no explaining it. No. Not even the smartest people in the world understand.
No. We won't get into that on this podcast.
I mean, there's a lot of
way too
good, lot of good theories, but yeah, no one
We'll never
actually
know.
knows.
It's interesting.
One thing I
It'll
understand
keep you
is
up at
people
night.
who collect discs. Like,
Oh,
yeah, like I've even thought about collecting them
it's cool.
just for the fun of it because
Yeah.
some of them have amazing designs.
Yeah.
You're right. They do.
It's very like antique retro look.
I'd probably never play them. I just
Yeah.
like the way they look.
Maybe if you scratch your fingernail in there just right.
I also don't understand people.
And then it'd be
But
destroyed.
People don't
We'll
understand people.
stay out of that. Yeah.
Oh,
Just
the
people.
pyramids. I know like
Yeah.
one of the popular like theories is that they rolled the big blocks of like rock on logs. Where are they getting the logs from? They're in the desert.
Well, it used to be flourishing down there in the Tigris, Euphrates, and
Tigress. She's in Kung Fu Panda.
well, they were rivers. The Three River Valley.
She's in Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, Three River Valley. It used to be flourishing, but now it's dry. So dry.
So much. We
I like that
understand.
draft. There's a lot of stuff I don't understand.
Oh.
Good to get that off my chest.
Kind of scares me, but yeah, it's fun.
Now my brain's cooking.
Yeah. With that being said,
Feels like I just took an Adderall.
perfect, because we're getting to the week 3 preview. So our standings for picking games, pretty garbage, but that's because it's hard to do, and we never know what's going to happen.
Last week was
obviously.
rough.
Yeah. So Jared didn't pick last week, but Kian, you are technically on top of the leaderboard at 16-16.
500, baby.
500. Me and Cletus are tied at 12-20, and Carson's in dead last at 10-22.
Dead last and super ass.
Yeah, pretty much. So this week we're gonna pick a few more college games because there's some pretty should be exciting matchups this week.
Good slate this week.
Yeah, real good slate of college.
Real good slate.
So let's get right into it. First game that we're gonna be picking here is 24 ranked Illinois is at 22 ranked Nebraska. Nebraska is favored by 9.5.
Yeah, I guess I'll start here. Trending all over social media right now is Nebraska's true freshman quarterback, Dylan Raiola. He's the Patrick Mahomes lookalike. He's even got like the dad bod.
Oh yeah.
And he's looked good through 3 games.
Yeah, I've heard he plays really well.
He's played really well.
Plays really well.
I think he was the top. I want to say he was the top quarterback coming out of the class.
He is. Yep, number 1 ranked quarterback. Ended up going there because he has family ties there. And all that.
Yeah, because he was getting offers from Alabama, Ohio
he
State.
could have went anywhere he wanted.
And he went to Nebraska.
Yep.
Like, I get guys do that sometimes.
Cornhuskers.
The
The Cornhuskers.
Beautiful mascot. I mean, how can you not want to be a Cornhusker?
You're right.
But
Husking corn.
but he's mainly the reason that I've picked this. I'm buying in on the hype, I guess. Just because I feel like being the number 1 quarterback in the class, he has lived up to the hype so far. I know he only played Colorado. Let's see, they played University of Northern Iowa, Colorado, and they played UTEP. So like those aren't great matchups, but he cooked them, all 3 of them.
Yeah, they beat the snot out of him.
Yeah, so Raiola has looked every bit the part of being the number 1 in the recruiting class, and I think that he's going to do enough to beat this Illinois team by at least 10.
Yep, I am completely on board with you. I'm on the Dylan Raiola hype train, and I'm also a huge fan of I knew I was gonna blank on it. Their coach.
Matt Rule.
Matt Rule. I'm a huge fan of Matt Rule.
Rule.
He's proven to be a great college coach, and I love how he coaches. I love his style. I love his attitude.
Not so much NFL.
No,
College.
we're not talking NFL. We're talking college. Yeah, so I'm a big fan of him. Their wide receivers are really good. Jamal Banks and Isaiah Nair. They're top 2 receivers at least, and they're really solid. I think Illinois ain't gonna have enough to keep up, and this could be a shellacking by Nebraska.
I know I said last week that college football games are almost always blowouts. I think this is going to be a close game. I just do. I don't think that Illinois is going to win it, per se, but I think that they're going to keep it close enough to cover the spread.
And Carson agrees with you. He's on your side.
Yeah. Must believe in Luke Altmaier. And,
Altmaier's played well.
Zachary Franklin. And, yeah, they're playing pretty well.
Uh-huh.
So I could see that too, but I'm just way too big of a fan of Nebraska right now. Next game that we're going to be covering or picking is 11-ranked USC is at 18-ranked Michigan. USC is favored by 5.5. We all took USC.
Yeah.
The big house.
The big ass. Michigan hasn't looked good. They played Fresno State and Arkansas State. They beat both of those teams by 10 and 20 respectively. And then they played Texas and got walloped 31-12. And USC has looked good against Louisville, LSU, and Utah State. All 3 of those are better than Arkansas State and Fresno State. And Miller Moss, quarterback, he's looking good.
Yep.
He's like they keep talking about him being like a hometown kid. He's come in, and this has been his dream to play for USC. And he's put up to the test. But really, I've been mostly impressed with their running back, Woody Marks.
Yes.
Woody Marks has been playing really well.
Yep.
First-year starter coming in after Marshawn Lloyd. But this USC team, for the line to only be 5.5 against this Michigan team that I still have some big questions about after their head coach left, after their quarterback and running back left, even though I question how good they really were, and their top wide receiver. Like, this Michigan team has a lot to prove, in my opinion, yet, and they just haven't done it.
Yeah, they do. So I picked USC for this game.
UFC.
Yeah, I'm on that too. I picked them for this game as well, but I think Michigan will eventually start to pick it up because I believe in their coach Jerome Moore. Yeah, I think he did a great job last year as like a coordinator for Jim Harbaugh. But so I think they're going to get better, but I don't think they can compete with USC yet for all the reasons you said. That stud running back and that Miller Moss is looking really good so far.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of chirping about how Michigan's kind of dog shit this year, and I believe in Lake and Riley. So.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. You can't bet against them.
Yep. Next game, 12th-ranked Utah goes to Oklahoma State, the 14th ranked. Utah is favored by 1.5.
Yeah, evenly split on this game.
Yeah, we are.
Carson and I are going with Oklahoma State, and Cody and Cletus going with Utah. The reason why I went with OK State, I just feel like Ollie Gordon, their running back there.
He's so good.
He's good.
He is.
He was ranked the top ranked running back in the new college football game for a reason.
Yep.
He is good. Alan Bowman, their quarterback, started off kind of slow. Allen. Yeah, I was right. I was right the first time. Alan Bowman kind of started off slow in the first week, but he's been picking it up. And I've still got questions about this Utah team, who they played a team SUU, Southern Utah Thunderbirds. Wow. Nice. And then Baylor and then Utah State. And Oklahoma State just a couple weeks ago had a good matchup against Arkansas where they went to double overtime. Arkansas looks like a pretty solid team. But I would say that Oklahoma State, this game is going to be close, I feel like. I just think Oklahoma State's they're going to edge it out. We love edging.
Ooh.
We love edging.
Yeah. I'm on the Utah side. I'm a big fan of their coach, Kyle Whittingham, and he's just an absolute dog. Utah Utes in general, I'm pretty big on them. I just think in this game, Oklahoma State has been really good. I think Cam Rising is going to be too much. I think Cam Rising is going to end up winning this game.
He's so experienced. He's an old goat.
Yeah. And I think he's going to win.
I just like how disciplined the Mormons are.
Good point.
Enough said.
Real good point. Enough said. 6th ranked Tennessee goes to 15th ranked Oklahoma. Tennessee's favored 6.5. We all took Tennessee.
Tennessee knows how to create offense. Tennessee's kind of known for their offense. Like whenever guys leave Tennessee to go to the NFL, like a lot of times it doesn't translate very well because the things that Tennessee does, like the slot fades and everything, like the corners are just better in the NFL. Defenses are better in the NFL. It doesn't always work, but in college it works, and it has been working so far with Nico Iamaleava. Now I've heard people say that. I still think it's Amaliva, like Amaliva ass.
I'm a believer.
That too. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, Nico, all hell no, I'm tired of her ass, basically.
Yeah,
Amaliva. But he's looked really good. What is he? Is he a freshman or sophomore? He's a freshman. True freshman coming in. Amaliva, and I'm a believer of Amaliva. So I went Tennessee. This game might be a blowout, in my opinion.
Yeah, I really got no more to touch on that. I completely agree with that.
I just love Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee's going to be too good. Just like you said, offense specifically. That's kind of their MO. That's what they're. Which, I don't know. Did you guys say that on a podcast a while ago? That just reminded me. MO. You didn't know what that meant?
Yes, we did.
Modus operandi.
Yeah, we.
Yeah.
Do you know that off the top of your head? Or
I've heard people say it. I'm cultured.
Like say the full modus operandi?
Well, someone's asked what it meant, and they said modus. Well, yeah, I've heard someone say modus operandi.
No, none of us had ever heard of it.
I always thought it was just short for motive.
At first I thought that too. Yeah, whenever I was young.
I had no idea.
Yeah, modus operandi.
Learned something.
Yeah, so that's Tennessee's MO. I think this is probably going to be one of those blowouts. I'm guessing. Pretty good.
Thursday night football.
Thursday night football on Prime. Patriots go to the Jets.
Yeah, I don't
Favored.
really like this game.
Jets are favored 6.5.
Yeah, this is a really good line.
It is. I think it is a good line.
It is a good line.
The
So
Patriots defense.
But we don't know.
The Patriots defense is it's surprisingly good under Gerard Mayo.
Yep.
Jets haven't been looking great on offense, so the line's real.
Probably right where it should be.
It's right where it should be.
Yep.
And I have Jets. I think that they'll keep just churning on offense and just getting better and better each week. So.
Yep, I'm on Jets with you too. I think that a big part in this for me is that it's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
And he's seen every single defense you can ever have out there, and he's got enough weapons now in this game that they're going to be able to beat him pretty handily.
Carson and I went with the Patriots. As I was talking about earlier, Patriots have really impressed me. Jets, I feel like Jets and Patriots, I feel like in my mind, I know this is unpopular opinion, but I feel like they're close to the same level right now. as far as how
Right
they've
now,
been playing.
yes.
Right now, as
Sure.
far as how they've been playing, I feel like this line is too much. Maybe the Patriots don't win, but Patriots, I feel like, are going to keep it within 3 points.
The difference is for me though is that the Jets right now I believe are at the peak of their potential, whereas the
You mean-
Jets
They're
at their peak.
The Patriots are.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
The Jets I believe aren't even close to their peak
Yeah.
potential.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think you're right there. Yeah.
Yep, it's all about if they
Yeah.
can step it up. The Jets can step it up and dominate. Next game, Giants are going to the Browns. Browns are favored 6.5. I took the Giants in this one. This one's kind of gross to me too, just because, sure, the Giants look better, and I do believe in Malik Neighbors, and that's about where my belief stops with the Giants. Yeah, this one was tough, but I just think that the Giants will be able to, I don't think they're going to win, per se, but I think they'll be able to keep it within a touchdown.
Yeah, I'm with you here as well. Carson is as well. Maybe I sold my stock on Daniel Jones last week. It's like I can't back him anymore. And then he came out and he impressed me because he didn't turn the ball over. Now he was playing the Commanders. The Browns are a completely different enemy. But Daniel Jones, damn it, I'm back in. I don't
We're
think
back.
they probably don't win.
Yeah.
But I think that with this Browns team, with how poor they've been looking, for them to win by 7 points is too much.
Feels like a lot.
Yeah.
I disagree. Giants are shit. Browns are going to cover the spread simply because their defense is really good, but they haven't shown it all year. So I think if they're going to, it's going to be against the Giants, and they might keep them below double-digit points. And so all you have to do really is just get 17, which I believe they can do that. So I think they're going to cover.
It's pretty easy to rattle Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always that.
He loves
chance.
getting sacked.
He does
he
love
does.
getting sacked. Let me just say.
Miles Garrett, liable to have a breakout game.
Yeah, very, very possible
Yeah,
against this
that's-
offensive line. Let me just say some stats about our picks last week. So there were 6 games last week where 3 of us were on one side, 1 person was on the other.
Okay.
5 out of those 6 games, the person who
The
was
singular
on
person.
the singular person was correct. So Cletus,
That's
you're probably
crazy,
going to be
man.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably is.
Yeah. So Cletus, whoever is going to be alone on these picks is probably going to be correct.
Probably.
So Cody, that brings us to our next game.
Yeah, that brings us to me being alone. The Bears are going to the Colts. Colts are favored 1.5. And yep, I was a lone wolf on this one. I chose the Bears. Do I know why I chose the Bears? No.
Defense.
Defense and
Typo.
it's just a feeling in my gut. Yeah, typo maybe. I don't know. This feels like one.
It's dyslexia.
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
I know I tried to type Colts.
It autocorrected me to Bears. I'm just a big DJ Moore fan. I think Caleb Williams has showed enough. And I think that if they can put some of these things together, even their running game, or not running game, but running backs are half decent, and Khalil Herbert and Swift. I think if they can put some of that together, they can overcome this Colts defense. And that's really about where it stops. Because I'm not doubting the Colts offense at all, even though it's been a little bit weird. I guess not weird, but
As expected.
yeah, kind of as expected.
Anthony Richardson is due for a good game now.
Yeah, and
One good, one bad.
For whatever reason, I just think the Bears might pull this one out.
I believe I've been saying it since the beginning. Caleb Williams is a bust, and I'll keep saying it until he does anything good because he's been shit the first 2 games. And I think he's
going
gonna.
about this. It's the Bears.
I don't give
This
a
is
shit.
It's the Jet
Well,
situation
Yeah, but he's
or a
got,
Panthers
he's got weapons,
situation.
though. He's got weapons.
He does
though.
have weapons.
Yeah.
He is in a way better situation, and he's not shit. And I think he's going to be a bust in his career. So, and it's going to keep continuing in this game. I think the Colts are going to win. Anthony Richardson's going to have a bounce back game,
Hell yeah.
and he's not going to be MVP.
Oh,
But yeah, the Colts are going to win this game.
I'm with Cletus here, as Carson is as well. Everything that Cletus said, I agree. I think Anthony Richardson is going to bounce back. He's still young. He's thrown the ball a total of 20 times in his life.
Pretty much.
But I think
Five of those times was in his backyard.
Yeah, another 5 was 2 defenders. But he's still shown the flashes that you want to see.
flaccid?
The flaccid. Well, he's not flaccid.
He was flaccid last game.
He was flashy
Yeah,
last game.
He's
He was
hard
flaccid.
this one.
Yeah, he's so due for a good game. for the Colts to only be favored by 2 at home in the Lad House.
The lad has. The
I-
Strad has.
Yeah.
I heard he's
absolutely.
taking Cialis this game.
Oh, they might win by 40.
He might not be able to run because that thing's getting in the way.
No, you got to use it to run.
What's that noise coming from? The field?
But
There's a thundering boom echoing through the stadium as he runs.
Sounds
that's
like
why
a
they call it
whip
the
on
Loud
field.
House. It's like thundering. That
Thundercock.
Pat McAfee, his studio is called the Thunderdome.
Thunderdome.
Well, it's gonna be the Thunderdome in the Colts
Yeah.
dome this week.
The lad has.
The one thing about the Colts that does concern me, the past 2 weeks they've given up like 130 to 150 rushing yards to old running backs. Joe Mixon went off on him week 1. Then Josh Jacobs just went ham on
Austin
him.
Eckler time.
No, Austin Eckler's not on the Bears.
Oh shoot.
It's DeAndre
Oh yeah.
Swift.
Oh yeah.
I'm
yeah.
not-
This
I'm-
feels like
Austin
Khalil
Eckler's
Herbert,
on the-
85-yard rushing.
on Washington.
I'm not scared. Honestly, I'm not scared of the Bears rushing game. So that's why another reason why I went Colts here.
Yeah, Swift ain't shit.
Yeah.
That's why he got shipped out of town.
Next game, Texans are going to the Vikings. Texans are favored by 2.5. This one's kind of an interesting line just because of what the Vikings have shown lately, and the Texans really haven't quite shown. But we're basically all on the side of the Texans except for Carson. Carson chose the Vikings, which means he'll probably be correct,
Yep.
and according to our stats.
Yeah, and I know why Carson chose the Vikings because it's what we talked about. Kevin O'Connell's great on the offensive side. Brian Flores cooks it up on the defensive side.
Yeah.
And they've done it against. Well, they did it against the Giants. We won't count that. But they did it against the 49ers, the team that we thought looked the scariest after week 1. So,
But the Texans still have D'Amico Ryans, Bobby Slowick, and then
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud.
And in my opinion, more skilled players.
more talent for sure.
For sure, more talent.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the talent isn't even close.
More talented corners. Than
Yeah.
What the? Yeah, they're probably. I guess you might. Be
Oh,
able
they're
to
way
say,
more talented. Yeah, because
well, I'm talking about compared to the Vikings, the 49ers. Who the Vikings just beat.
oh, yeah.
Corner versus corner, not the rest of the backfield.
Derek Stingley versus Charvarius Ward. I'd take Stingley.
Stingley all
Kamari
day.
Lassiter against Diamador Lenoir, which
Probably
I love.
Diamador Lenoir.
I love Lenoir because he's from Oregon.
He's more experienced,
Yeah, he does have more experience, but he's
but Kamari Lassiter is more explosive. Anyways, yeah, it should be a pretty good game. These coaches going at it against each other, and the Vikings, who are hot right now, in all honesty. But yeah, we all kind of chose. We chose the Texans, us three, kind of for the reasons of what we've seen in the past from the Texans, right?
Yeah. Carson, plead your case. All right.
He ain't got
Nothing.
shit. Okay.
This might be the best coaching matchup
Yeah.
of the week.
Yeah, there's going to be game
Pretty
plans.
This
There's
should
gonna
be a good
game
game. Very good game.
Yep. Next game, Eagles are going to the Saints. Saints are favored by 2.5.
Yet again, Carson being the only one to choose the other people.
So he's gonna get it
He's
right
gonna
because
be
he
right.
picked the Saints.
Pick the Saints. Yeah, us three here chose the Eagles.
Yeah, they're
Do I
going
know
to be
why?
pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be pissed as well because they.
Is A.J. Brown back?
I think no, he's not expected to be back. for
Ah,
week
shit.
3. Yeah, you looking to change your pick on air?
No.
Roll with it, yeah,
I'm rolling.
I
Take it.
I still don't believe the Saints yet.
They're going to
No.
run. They're going to run this time.
yeah.
Keep them out there near the
Feed
near the
Barkley.
end zone.
Speak it into existence. They're gonna run.
Barkley.
They're gonna run.
gonna run.
I kind of like line whenever I was picking this game. This one, I don't know what to make of the Saints. I already talked about that, but I kind of tried to line them up. The Eagles' defense hasn't been great to start out the season. The Saints' defense has looked great to start of the season. I feel like the Eagles' defense just has so much talent, though. Quinyon Mitchell was looking good until he started getting cooked by Darnell Mooney at the end of the game. Darnell Mooney put him in a spin cycle a few times. And it was, props to Darnell Mooney.
Yeah.
But all in all, like my guy Reed Blankenship, he's good.
Dog.
Yeah, Zach Bond has been looking great on Vic Fangio's new defense here. But then from the other side of the ball, the Saints defense against the Eagles offense, it's just so close. I just want Eagles because they have more talent, and I want to see the Saints go up against. I want to see the Saints prove it again.
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row.
That's where I'm at, too. Yeah.
Do it again. I don't know what to say. It's so tough.
If they do it again, then
We might
I
have to
don't
be
I don't know
honest.
the NFL if they do it again, honestly,
Yeah.
because I had no
I
hopes
don't
for it.
understand.
I know.
I saw power rankings today, and the one guy had them going up 23 slots by beating Dallas.
Ooh.
thing
That's
is,
how
I
low
just
everyone had
Yeah.
them.
I just don't like. We talked about it. Panthers. You can't take anything from that Week 1 game. But Dallas looked so good in Week 1.
Yeah.
And then
Looked like shit against
like
Saints.
shit. So I just don't know. Eagles are going to be another test because Eagles have been I would say they've been slightly better. They've been way better than the Panthers. I'd say slightly better than the Cowboys.
Eagles are good where the Cowboys are bad.
Yeah. Yeah, the Eagles are better on the offensive side, where the Cowboys are.
So, which might even be a better reason to choose the Eagles, because
Yeah.
maybe the Eagles are the Saints' kryptonite. Like, everything that the Saints would, like, everything the Eagles would need to beat the Saints, they have that Dallas doesn't.
Dallas doesn't.
I just need, watching last night's game, we're recording this on a Tuesday, so I can talk about Monday night game, Falcons-Eagles. Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter need to step up in the run game.
Yeah.
You can't let Alvin Kamara keep running all over
I can't
everybody.
believe that would happen against Jordan Davis with how giant he
He's
is.
absolutely enormous.
And he
and
just
athletic
gets
for that
pushed
size.
around.
I know. I don't know. Something's got to happen here, and I think maybe this is the game where the Saints kind of come back down to earth.
Yep, very good chance. It'll be a good game. Chargers are going to the Steelers. Steelers are favored by 1.5.
Yeah, it's just a money line bet, pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It'll
it's
come down to a
this
field
is
goal.
going to be probably the maybe not gross, but low scoring defense game of the week. Jim Harbaugh defense against Mike Tomlin's defense. It's going to be
ground and pound.
ground and pound, old school football.
If any game's going to end 3-0, it'll be
This
this
is
one.
the game.
Yeah.
The last time a game did end 3-0 was a Steelers game. I think it was Steelers-Bills, and it was like a snow game or something.
Of course. Yeah, so big storyline in this one is the Joe Alt versus TJ Watt talk.
Carson's on the Joe Alt side because
Carson's on Joe Alt.
I love Joe Alvin.
Carson alone picked the Chargers, meaning he's probably going to be right.
Probably.
I hope not.
Because the rest of us went Steelers.
The
My
Steelers.
thinking through this is Steelers being at home is a bit, like, maybe above any other team in the NFL. That's a big advantage. Like, maybe there's, like, Arrowhead. There's, like, the Eagles, I guess. But those
Bills
teams,
Mafia.
yeah, Bills Mafia. But, like, Steelers fans travel.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're-
they go
yeah.
everywhere.
And they can easily travel home.
Yeah.
Easy to travel to
No, that's
Pittsburgh.
the one place they can't go.
They can't go.
Yeah, they get
Can't go
shot
back
on the
to
way there.
Pittsburgh.
But once Renegade starts playing, that defense steps up.
I think the Steelers might have something special cooked up for this Joe Alt matchup.
Yeah.
Like
I just feel
special
like-
stunts and all that off the edges. I'm really excited to see
Oh, it's
that.
going to be a great game.
Yeah. But
Great.
yeah, I picked Steelers too. Just like
Great
you said.
game. Total points scored 9.
I think right now
63.
too. It's weird to say because you don't get to say this very much, but the Steelers might have never mind. I lie. I was gonna say the Steelers might have a little bit more offense right now, but then I remembered J.K. Dobbins is running out of his mind.
He's going ape
Steelers are really good at injuring running backs. Go for the knee.
I'd say,
I
like,
don't know. I guess it's just going to be a very even matchup across the board.
yeah, even if Chargers
On paper.
Steelers offenses, I'd say they're pretty close to the same right now. But Steelers defense is better than Chargers, so I feel like they have the leg up here.
Yeah. And Chargers don't really have a proven George Pickens yet.
Correct.
Yeah, he showed up first game, last game. I guess they didn't really need
Quentin
him.
Dropson had a fluke game last game anyway.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
He did. He had like 5 for 60 or something.
Yeah.
Fluke.
Yeah.
Broncos are going to the Buccaneers. Buccaneers are favored 6.5, and we all chose the Baker Mayfield-led Bucks.
Yeah, this line's shit.
Like it should be higher for
Yeah.
the Bucks. Yeah.
It should be like
What it
9.5.
Yeah.
That's what
Bo
it
Nix
feels
has
like.
struggled to put points on the board so far.
Yeah. The Steelers
Yeah,
just
he's
beat them
just-
by like 5.
He's getting killed.
And that's a shit ton. That's like 15 for any other team.
It's like dog years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you, Cletus. Baker Mayfield has really impressed, I guess, all of us.
Yep, he's playing really well right now.
And the only corner of note on this Broncos team that you got to get past is Pat Surtain because the other corner is Riley Moss. White corner, but he's not that good.
But white.
Yeah, he's white corner, but at the same time, white corner. So. If you're catching my drift.
Yeah. Yep, I like Baker.
Still don't think Rashad White's going to be able to run the ball because he sucks ass.
Put in Bucky.
Put in Bucky.
Packers are going to the Titans. Titans are favored 2.5 right now.
Cletus.
Yeah, I got the Packers. So does Carson. So I don't think he's gonna be happy with me pleading both of our cases. But yeah, the Packers. Well, actually, it's more so. I don't believe in the Titans. I think they're shit. Yeah, it's Will Levis versus Malik Willis. And
Delicious.
yeah, I think the mayonnaise guy's just gonna keep fumbling because he has mayo all over his hands.
Fingers.
He's gonna keep making mistakes, and I think that he's not gonna stop now. So
That's fair.
I might have said. Did I say this before we were on air? The Titans. Will Levis cannot. I said this. I think
he can't keep.
Say it
he
again.
can't possibly keep fucking it up. There are only so many times that you can have this many ups. And he got yelled at by the coach twice. This time the coach basically called him a child.
Well, I
So
believe
that's
Deshaun Watson had like 32 counts of ups.
That's off the field. We're talking on the field. I mean, I guess you could count Will Levis's endorsement with mayonnaise as a up. Some would argue.
It's all over his hands.
It's all over his head. I don't know.
Yeah.
The Titans team overall has looked solid. Will Levis just loses it at the end of the game. Eventually, I hope / think he's going to figure it out because he has shown flashes, but he's also shown, what's the opposite of a flash?
Shit in your pants.
Shit in your pants. He's done that every fourth quarter. It's like he can't make it the whole game. He needs to do a few more pregame shits or something. But I think this Titans team has. I know they've lost, but they've impressed me.
I don't know. I think Matt LaFleur just knows how to make someone shit their pants.
He does.
He just knows.
Yeah.
He knows the right laxative to give.
I think the Titans are just more talented at the end of the day, right now, where they're at, and how they've looked compared to the Packers. Just my
And
opinion.
what was I gonna say? Well, the Titans. I'm sorry. Whenever we were putting these games on right before we went on air, I was like, the Titans are favored. I'm picking the Titans.
Yeah. He was like, no way.
They know something.
I'm picking them.
Yeah, they know something we don't know. All right, next game. The Panthers are traveling to the Raiders. The Raiders are favored by 5.5.
Cody.
I chose the Raiders to cover this.
They did just beat Baltimore.
Yeah, I think I'm a believer in Gardner Minshew, as I was telling these guys earlier. And Devontae Smith.
No, Adams.
Jacoby
Myers.
Well,
Brock Bowers.
more or less. Gardner Minshew, Devontae Adams, Brock Bowers. Feed them. They're going to smack
Max
them.
Crosby.
Max Crosby, Wilkins, Bobby Spillane on the other side.
Against
They're
this
gonna-
offensive line.
Panthers. Max Crosby and the Raiders. First quarter. Second quarter.
Oh, yeah! Oh, my God. Boom, boom.
Max Crosby's going to have like 2 sacks,
If not more.
if not more. It's just going to wreak havoc. Anyways, you guys all picked the Panthers, so go
Yeah,
ahead.
I honestly don't know why. Maybe I'm just horny for the Red Rocket, but
You're right.
maybe I shouldn't say that.
In all honesty, that is going to make a huge difference.
Yes.
Andy Dalton being
Yeah.
in this week for the Panthers. Because if Bryce Young was still in, what would this line be?
Probably about
9.5.
9.5, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
I don't know. I don't like my pick, but I also don't like the other pick. So I just hate this game.
Yeah, it's not a it's a big line. I know I hyped up the Raiders, but now that the Panthers are starting Andy Dalton. Last time Andy Dalton started for the Panthers, he had like 360 passing
He's going to have
yards.
some magic, some stupid magic or something like that.
He's
Some
got
ginger magic.
some ginger magic. He's looking good now with that beard. He look good, feel good, play good is what they say.
Look good, feel good.
This
Feel
line's
good,
just
play good.
yeah.
Play good, pay good.
Yeah, well, not for Dalton. He's
Not for
just
Dalton,
backup.
no.
But
He is going to have some crazy magic stuff. But even if he does, I still think the Raiders are going to beat him by at least a touchdown.
yeah, that's fair. I feel
That's
like
just where I'm at.
Just Andy Dalton's experience is what's going to help him here compared to
It'll
Bryce
definitely
Young.
help him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's what we all believe. Dolphins are traveling to the Seahawks. Seahawks are favored by 5.5. Cletus, you chose the Dolphins.
I don't know. I just think Tyreek Hill's due for a game.
Yeah, no matter who's throwing him the ball.
And
Yeah,
A-Chain
it's
still
what,
is-
Skylar Thompson?
Yeah, Skylar Thompson.
Is he confirmed as a starter?
Yeah,
Okay.
Two
Well,
of us
for
on
this week
IR.
at least. They brought in Tyler Huntley.
Oh, they did bring in Snoop Huntley.
He's now the QB2.
Well, Tua, he isn't as good. He's really not that good, in my opinion.
Especially in that last game.
Well, yeah, he really showed his colors there. But, yeah, I think Tyler's Skylar Thompson will be good enough to beat the Seahawks. Seahawks are mid. Very, very mid. And aren't they 2? Yeah, they're 2-0.
2-0.
But they're not going 3-0. No way in hell.
I think they are.
Nah.
I think Geno Smith's going to keep cooking. They got too many weapons on that offense. Is Ken Walker back?
I don't believe so.
No, I don't think he is either. I think he's out for a few weeks. Anyways, even without him, Charbonnet is going to be able to do enough in that backfield. And then on the defensive side, I think that Seahawks will have enough to hold up with Reek Woolen playing corner, defending all those hot shots on the Miami side. I think Seahawks will be able to stay ahead quite a bit.
I just went Seahawks because I'm scared of Skylar Thompson.
Yeah,
everything that we've seen of him so far has not been good. I know this is a Shanahan offense, and it makes it easier to facilitate, but Skylar Thompson looks scared. Like you need to be able to be not afraid to facilitate it, and he just hasn't looked great yet.
Yeah, he hasn't looked too great. Carson also chose the Seahawks in that game. Lions are traveling to the Cardinals.
Oh, great game.
Great game. Yeah, Lions are favored by 3 right now.
Glaze them up, Cletus.
I love my Cardinals. I'm gonna keep picking them until they show any bad points on the offense. I'm gonna keep picking them.
Yeah, not even favored.
We probably didn't think this would be a great game at the beginning of the season, but the way the Cardinals have been playing, they got a real shot here.
Kyler Murray MVP.
I'm honestly surprised. I think we all are. We're all surprised that the Cardinals aren't favored at home here.
Yeah. Honestly,
the
way they've been playing, yep.
They don't have many fans though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Carson went Cardinals.
Yeah, Carson
well.
went Cardinals. Key and me and you went the Lions. What's your reasoning?
Well, Lions. I still believe that they're just too much of a powerhouse right now. Like, yeah, they had Lions last year did this too. Whenever they were playing really well, they had a few games mixed in there where they just got the shit kicked out of them. They didn't even do that last week. They only lost by 4 points to the Buccaneers, who looking really good. But I think that the Lions get back on track here. Dan Campbell's gonna be fired up after that loss last week. He's like, the expectations.
Come on, man.
Yeah, like this is the Lions have too much talent on both sides of the ball to
feel it in my soul, man. Come on, Alvin Raw.
He's like a hippie on steroids.
Dude,
he really
love
is.
Dan
He's
Campbell.
awesome.
I need a Dan Campbell jersey stat.
Oh, wasn't he like 87? They were wearing him at the draft.
Ooh.
He's what, a linebacker?
Tight
end.
Yeah,
that's
he's
right.
a big sun gun. Yeah, I think the Lions are, just like Keane said, too talented. They're a powerhouse. They still got Penny Sewell. They still got Ragnow. They
89,
still got
number 89.
89. They still got all of those studs on the lines. They still got Amon-Ra, who's coming back into real or top Amon-Ra form. I just think they're going to be too much for the Cardinals. Jared Goff, even though they had kind of a down game last week, they still seem to be able to answer and come back. And Goff has proven that, and I'll believe in the Lions until I don't see that anymore.
Amon-Ra means sun god. There's a lot of sun in Arizona.
Sure is.
But it's played in the dome. Shit.
Oh, no.
Sun ain't out.
No. It's all right, Amon-Ra. I still love you. If they win, maybe I'll wear his jersey next week.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Steelers fan, and it's regular season. That's for playoffs when the Steelers aren't in it anymore.
That's true.
Ravens are going to the Cowboys. Ravens are favored by 1.5 against them boys. At home. Dallas is at home.
We them boys.
We them boys,
Cletus.
and they ain't dropping 2 in a row at home.
Yes, I'm with Cletus. Cletus and I, we're on the boys. We're hopping on. The boys are back. Boys are back in town.
They're pissed off from last game.
Yep.
They took a shit on live television. They're not doing it twice.
Cowboys are home. The Cowboys' strength of their defense is their pass rush. The weakness of the Ravens' offense is their offensive line.
Yep.
Micah Parsons is going to...
Not
Let's see
yet.
it.
I
Them
ain't
boys.
seen enough yet.
That's completely fair, yeah.
You want to see more?
Yeah. I'll always watch more of that. No, I picked the Ravens. I think the Ravens will cover this. I won't say easily. I think it's going to be one of those fairly close games. But yeah, I think Ravens are going to cover. I think that this feels to me down in Dallas that this is going to be a big Derrick Henry game. They've been keeping him, even though Ravens lost. Yeah, they lost, right?
Yes.
They're 0-2.
They lost to the Raiders.
Yeah, they lost.
Hey.
Derrick Henry's still been looking fairly solid. I think this is just going to be getting him more integrated in the offense. And Lamar's going to be running all over the field. Micah Parsons, I haven't seen it yet this year. I'm kind of a hater, sure, whatever.
Penn State.
Yeah, I know. I get it. But, yeah, I just think Ravens, the way they've been looking, they're 0-2. But I think this is their bounce-back game against them boys.
I feel like every week from now probably to like the playoffs, the Ravens are going to try to like kind of go easy on Derrick Henry. They're probably every week putting him in like one of those Austin Powers cryogenic freezing machines.
Probably.
Just to keep him fresh
He's
every
looked good
week.
so far.
But now Ravens are going to get dick down in Dallas.
Ooh.
Damn straight.
Not if Lamar has anything to say about it. 49ers are traveling to the Rams. The Niners are favored by 7.5.
We saw what just happened with Arizona and 49ers.
There you go. There it goes.
Here we go.
Rams are missing too many starters.
This is the Rams. This is the Niners.
Nick Bosa to the left side of the line.
Fred Warner in the middle.
Oh!
That's a one-punch knockout. Mike Tyson knockout.
Yeah, we're all on the Niners side.
Yeah.
It might be over in the first quarter.
Yeah, and we may all look like idiots.
Yeah.
Niners are the
This
best.
feels like one of those lines, one of those games, but
Niners
I
are
don't
the
think
best
so.
team that money can buy easily, in my opinion. And the Rams are so injured.
Yeah, that's really the only thing why we believe so much in them. Mostly, and this line's the way it is because Rams are so injured right now.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a little rough going for them. All right.
When does Dre Greenlaw come back? I miss him.
I know, me too.
Miss Dre.
Okay, Sunday Night Football. Chiefs are traveling to the Falcons. Chiefs are favored 3.5. Well, I guess I'll say my piece. I'm the only one that chose the Falcons.
Yeah, I didn't. I can't.
This is really stupid, and I'm always the Chiefs is still the Chiefs guy. So, but I don't know. I just think after I saw what Kirk can do on some of them drives, I think they might, and what Mahomes can do, as in throwing interceptions.
He loves to do that.
Yeah, he's been liking to do that lately. And that Falcons secondary, they might have an answer for it. I feel like Falcons will at least keep it within a field goal, if not win this game at home.
Patrick Mahomes is liable to throw another 2-interception game.
To Jesse Bates and Justin Simmons.
Yeah. They're locked down.
Not AJ Terrell. AJ Terrell doesn't get picks.
He doesn't
He
get
swats them.
Yeah.
I could definitely see a situation where Jesse Bates just absolutely lays out Xavier Worthy, like over the middle of the field.
Yeah. He's
Jesse
so
Bates.
tiny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jesse Bates is like he's pretty
big. Yeah.
big for his safety, like around 6'2", 6'3". But I so badly want to go with Falcons. They're my team this year, but Chiefs, man. It's
This was my one of them. This was like my pick where this was like if we did upset picks, this would probably be my upset game. Just
yeah.
I feel it in my bones, man.
I feel like even
It
if
probably won't happen, but we'll see.
Patrick Mahomes hasn't been playing well and the Chiefs are still finding a way to win, and the Bengals I feel like Bengals beating the Falcons in the Super Bowl, meaning that if the Chiefs beat the Bengals, they have to beat the Falcons too. So
Yeah,
it's
fair.
math, simple
Yep.
math.
Yep.
That's fair.
Yeah, Cletus and Carson also went Chiefs.
I don't need to explain it.
Yep.
Yeah, Chiefs are the Chiefs, and I'm not going to be surprised if they win by much. Okay, Jags are going to the Bills on Monday.
Yeah, 2 Monday night games.
2 Monday night games this week in week 3, baby. Jags are going to the Bills. Bills are favored 5.5. We all chose the Bills. Carson chose the Jaguars. Carson,
Played your case?
Say your piece. Oh, Christian Kirk, Trevor Lawrence. Yeah. All right, shut
3
up.
targets.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Jags aren't looking good so far. Bills have proven that.
Josh Allen can put the team on his back.
Yeah,
and
he can, yeah.
especially when James Cook is
Yeah, he
back
doesn't
there, too.
have to now. If James Cook keeps
James
cooking,
Cook has the other strap of the backpack.
Yeah, that's all it is.
It's one of those 3-legged races.
Yeah.
Yeah.
James Cook has the third leg.
Yeah, you guys said it all. That's big.
Yeah.
Josh Allen can put the team on his back, and Jaguars. Bills should be favored more than this at home, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think so too. Bills' defense is looking better than what I expected at least.
Bills
this
Mafia
year.
is going to be drunk as hell.
Oh my
Is this
god.
their first home game, Bills?
Yeah,
Uh,
I think so.
Who'd they play week 1? Cardinals.
Yeah.
Were they?
No, that was at
That
that
was
was
home.
at that was
I was
at
gonna
home.
say I remember seeing a video of some awesome Bills Mafia member jumping off of a Buffalo Bills tour bus through a table.
I'm telling you, Buffalo's not that far. We went to New York.
We should go to Buffalo.
Yeah, it's only like 3.5.
Yeah.
It's not bad at all.
No, we should go to Buffalo.
Traffic wouldn't even be bad.
No.
Because the biggest city you probably go through is Erie. That's it.
Yeah. Probably, yeah. Because you don't even have to go through Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what, though. The drivers in Buffalo,
Bad?
they're like the type of people to...
Good luck, everybody
And
else.
it's like 5 lanes, and it's terrible.
I turn now. Good luck, everybody else.
Yeah.
Okay, the other Monday night game. The Commanders are going to the Bengals. Bengals are favored 7.5. This is another one of those ones. We all chose the Commanders. Carson chose the Bengals. Carson? Crickets. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No explanation.
This guy.
Yeah. So we all chose the Commanders.
I honestly don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't like the line.
No.
I could see, I can see. I like Carson's argument.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, I could have chose the Bengals too, but
But it's week 3.
yeah, it's not week 4 yet.
No.
Yeah,
Too early.
this line's just tricky for me.
It's very tricky.
The Commanders' defense sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But Jaden Daniels loves to run.
Daniels is proven to be really good, just as us draft brothers might have thought.
Yep.
The best in the class.
Best in the class. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just the line for me, to be honest. Because, the Bengals are looking better than what they have in the past early in the season, whether that be because Burrow's hurt or just because it's the Bengals. Burrow being hurt last year, or the year before, whenever it was. Either way, it's just the line for me. 7.5 feels like too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you there. This one really made me cringe whenever I picked Commanders. You're kind of almost betting on, is Burrow gonna kind of sloth his way through another game like he did week 1, and are the Commanders defense gonna be able to stop him at all? Like, is Burrow gonna look bad? And I'm kind of hoping because of my pick that he is. Bengals are at home though, so that's like working against us as well. But I just think Jaden Daniels is going to continue to get better, just like you guys said. And how much worse can the defense get? It only goes up from here.
Yeah.
To me, this is like Jaden Daniels. Like, can he keep up with the best of the best?
Yeah,
like
it's gonna be a good test.
Like the line is also asking, can he keep up?
That's it. Yeah.
Yep.
And I think he can.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I do too. I believe in it. Well, that wraps this week up from our review, preview, all that good stuff. So if you guys have any suggestions, feedback, questions, comments, emails, complaints,
Tell me how a touchscreen works.
yeah, let us know how touchscreen works.
How them CPUs work.
Yeah. I don't know.
How them liberals work.
Ow.
We don't know.
Oh, that too. Yeah, if you guys got any of that, comment. Send us an email at laststopsportstalk@gmail.com. Like, subscribe. We will see y'all on the